Yes.
Yo.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hello.
How you
Hold
doing?
on. Level unlocked. There we go. Hi.
There we go. What's cracking, gentlemen?
Oh, pushing buttons, doing things.
Doing all the things. Trying to make
not
things
just some
work.
of them. Yeah.
Half of the things.
All the work, baby. All the work.
And not just some of it, all of it.
All of it.
90%.
Welcome,
of the work.
ladies and gentlemen, to the Level Unlock podcast, the magical and amazing episode 8. Thank you for joining us here.
Rest in peace, Magic 8 Ball.
Exactly. Rest in peace, Magic 8 Ball, for the magical number 8 podcast. First order of business, thank you for everyone who's been listening and participating. We have 105 downloads over 7 episodes on our podcast. So cheers to everybody. Pour one out for your homies. Thank you very much for being a part of this journey with us. As always, I am back. I am Mr. Jeremy Captain _Geach 15 Walker on all platforms of social media except for Instagram, because Instagram deleted my profile.
Fucking
So I
swear.
no longer have one. I do, but not a gaming one. So, Mr. James,
Yeah, that's
where
bad
you at?
stuff.
Hold on.
He's
What?
dying.
What? I'm dying?
Exactly. Next to me,
Stop
Mr. James,
I'm
People
not
I
dying.
Hate Studios on Twitter is People I Hate 10. And then next to him is Mr. Jeffrey Splash Screen Gaming Schroeder.
What it do, what it is. How you guys doing?
Welcome. So, Schroeds, tell us about your week. How you been? How you feeling?
Yeah, better. Pretty good. It was kind of a slower week. I took off on Tuesday and Friday. Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, those 2 nights. But I picked it up last night. We played some of the Fallout because they have that new update dropped, which for a limited time there's these masks you can get, which you already know I want to get those for the storytelling stuff. So I jumped on last night and played for a little bit, but there's a handful of them that are damn near impossible to get. So seriously, like 1,000, like they said that if you had a bot that would literally run that map or that quest 24 hours for the entire 7 days, you still only had a 13% chance of actually getting it.
That sucks.
Yes, that's the technical term.
That
That's
sucks
insane.
butts.
Yeah, and in other news, my emoticon that I submitted was declined, which is dumb.
That is so dumb.
So,
Yeah,
what did it look like? Was it a
It
butt?
was literally a hand-drawn picture of a cartoon butt with the word stuff underneath it.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb. They said it was nudity and sexual content.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I emailed them and said, what the hell is there sexual about a peach?
Yeah, exactly. What's peach stuff?
It's not a butt, it's a peach. What are you doing?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That was the Twitch god, so.
Yeah, you'll still get it. Don't worry. We still got the cuck monster down the.
Yeah, you got
down
the
the
cuck
line.
monster.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that one either, because today's
true.
word of what cuck is different from what I use it as. I use it as poop.
Yeah, that's true.
Like caca, and and in today's culture, it's referred to as other stuff. So
It is referred to a person who is completely fine with their partner having sexual intercourses with other people
while watching,
while watching.
specifically watching.
Yeah.
So
Maybe they won't know what it is. Then I don't know.
Oh, they know what it is.
They know what it is. They're Twitch. They know.
It's true. It's very true.
So what are you gonna do?
Anything special? And how was the all-out battle royal? The Overwatch
it was
battle
fun.
royal.
It's always such a good time. I wish more of you guys would fucking participate in it, because we had like 7 or 8 people last week,
Really?
and it's
Nice.
hilarious. Yeah. And one of the last rounds we did, which I think we're gonna do a little more often, is everybody picked the same character.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we all played as Ash, and it was actually freaking pretty damn fun.
Like Ash
That's
Ketchum?
awesome.
No,
Close.
the character Ash. She's a chick that has a shotgun, and has a shotgun, knockback attack, and a big robot named Bob that comes out, and he has a big machine gun. He just
Bob the robot.
Yeah, go get him, Bob. Or whatever how she says.
I am Bob the robot.
Bob, go get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
What
it.
about so what about you, James? How you been? How's the past week been? I know you kind of halted on streaming a little bit.
Yeah, I was too busy thinking about what to do with Let's Plays.
Very true.
So, for those who don't know, who don't follow me on YouTube, smart move. But right now, me and my buddy Mitchell, we're doing Let's Plays of Yakuza 0, Kingdom Hearts 3, and then Resident Evil 4. We decided to say fuck Kingdom Hearts 3. We're done with it. 3.5 hours in, we're both just like, this isn't good. This isn't fun. Which is I'd rather do something like that, just end it prematurely and have no one enter, and like just end it prematurely early, so we're not just slugging along like 70 episodes in and everyone's just bored, no one's watching, the viewers aren't entertained, we're not entertaining because we're not having fun. So
Okay.
we decided on what we're gonna play next. So that's really been my week. It's nothing interesting. I tried to watch some anime. Nothing really looked appealing. There's
This is
one.
Sunday
Okay,
week.
there's one that I watched that fucking creeped me out.
What?
Here's my
Oh,
note.
I got some stuff. Dude, I've been watching so much damn Netflix lately.
Good.
Yeah, I finished The Umbrella Academy. That was actually okay.
What is that?
It's kind of like how on how the idea that child celebrities turn up all kind of broken and weird.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if Teen Titan had grown up and been traumatized
Huh.
and weird.
That's
So like
interesting.
Yeah.
superheroes.
Yeah, pretty much. And they all something happens that brings them all together, and they have to learn to get along while at the same time saving the world.
Very
It
cliche.
was okay. Yes, but on the highlight of that end though, freaking Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, that is a good
Netflix.
movie. That is a
That is an
fantastic
amazing
movie.
That's
One of my
that's-
favorite mockumentaries.
Yes, mockumentaries. Yes, because all of that really happened at one point.
Oh yeah.
What else is there? Into the Badlands, season 3's on, which that's one of my favorites. What else did I catch? I don't know. Oh, Love, Death, and Robots. That one was pretty cool. So, handful of things there.
Oh, so
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Yeah. March Madness is going on.
It is.
That's
Very
pretty cool.
much going on.
Uh-oh. Walker disappeared.
I'm still here.
I know, but he disappeared off frame.
Yep.
The
Fixing...
anime that I watched was Nissan Monogatari. It's really weird. It's really weird. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me
I've been
super
wa-
uncomfortable.
I've been watching obviously still Dragon Ball Super. And I dude, this last episode's fucking hilarious. I was dying. It was
Well, I'm glad someone's getting enjoyment from that show.
I was. Essentially, there's this Android 17, which in Dragon Ball Z, he was a bad guy, and he ended up turning good, blah, blah, blah. So there's a segment, the episode that I watched,
What the fuck is that?
the episode that I watched, there's these 3 girls, these really pretty,
Yeah.
attractive
Yep.
twins, and they go to transform. And so they do this dance, they do the song and everything. In the middle of the transformation, a giant blast comes in and blows them up. And they're like super pissed. And everyone's looking around like, what the hell was that? And Android 17 was, this is a battle royal, guys. Like, why is everyone standing around letting people transform? And so then the 3 girls come up and they start yelling at him. Like, how dare you, blah, 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 blah. And so they finally let them transform, and these 3 attractive girls transform into super fat blobs.
Yep.
It's so interesting.
What's the name of it?
It's Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball
Oh.
S, DBS. It's the next generation of Dragon Ball.
No, it's not.
It's going on
No,
now.
it's not.
It's freaking
I feel
fantastic.
the exact same hatred I have for that show as I did with GT.
So, anyways, for myself, for those who don't know, I am now to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, to be exact. That's why I've been off the streaming for a fat minute, just because I haven't had internet. So,
You moved.
but I'm back. I'm good to go. Traveling was nice. It was some beautiful sights, mountains galore. My backyard is essentially a mountain range.
You almost got picked up by the Border Patrol.
I did. On the way down, so we passed through El Paso on the way down, and El Paso actually goes directly along the border. From the highway, you're actually driving along the border, and you can see into Mexico. So it's pretty cool. So we stopped because I wanted to take pictures at the border wall. So I thought that was pretty cool. And on up there, I'm holding on to the fence, and a Border Patrol car just comes up and just sits there, probably 10 feet away from me. Doesn't get out, doesn't move, doesn't do anything. He just kind of chills there. But I can see him out of my peripherals, literally staring daggers through me. Like, you fucking tourist, would you go away? So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, but I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna like do anything. Obviously, I told Nicole I should have pretended to start climbing the fence.
Yeah, so you can get tased.
Yeah.
Spend the night in the fucking prison.
So that was interesting. But then leaving El Paso, because through El Paso there's mountain ranges, and that kind of separates America from Mexico. And if you look up on the mountain ranges, you actually seen like a ton of Border Patrol cars just sitting on the mountain range. And then there was helicopters flying around the mountain's edge. Yeah, it was pretty intense. It was pretty cool to see. Get here. It was beautiful. It's unreal. So it's funny. It's a funny story. So when we're driving here, the whole time we keep seeing that we have 2 hours to go from where we're at in New Mexico. So we have essentially 2 hours to drive, 2.5 hours to drive. But our GPSs keep telling us that we're going to be there in an hour and a half.
Okay.
And we're not understanding this. We're like it says overall time 2.5 hours, but we're going to get there in an hour and a half. So it was noon, and it said we were going to get there at 1:30, but overall time was 2:30, and we're like, okay, so I know I'm going from Central Time, which is an hour behind you guys, to Mountain Time, which is 2 hours behind you guys. I'm like, this is fucking weird. So I downloaded Google Maps, I downloaded MapQuest, and they all say the same thing. And me and Nicole were like, can we not fucking do math? Like what is like can we not do fucking math right now? Like what is like what are we missing here? That overall time is 2.5 hours, but we're gonna get there in an hour and a half. I don't understand. So I look it up. Arizona doesn't participate in daylight savings time.
Yep.
So
Arizona's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So how do they?
So it's weird. So the governor at the time when daylight savings time was established during World War I, they did it for the first summer. The governor thought it was the stupidest thing and told the president and whoever was making it, no, we're not part of this.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Which I don't understand how they can do that, but they did. So during the month of February to October, Arizona is considered Pacific Standard Time. So I'm 3 hours behind you guys. From October to February, I'm 2 hours behind you guys.
Yep.
To kind of compensate for them not utilizing daylight savings time. So there's 2 different mountain times. So there's Mountain Daylight Time, which is New Mexico, and every other state in Mountain
Literally
Time.
every other place, every other state.
So, and Mountain Daylight Time was established for daylight savings. Arizona is a part of Mountain Standard Time because they don't participate in daylight savings.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. I was like, that was fucking confusing as shit.
I bet it was, man.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, all like the United States is just 50 countries that are just kind of hanging out together. We're like
Pretty much.
the
Right.
European Union, but all
Well, there
rolled
was a
under
lot of
one
people.
fist.
There was a lot of people when there was the 13 colonies. They wanted to remain 13 individual countries, and they did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that didn't want us to become one nation.
Yep.
They had a fight for it.
That didn't work out for them, did it?
Alexander Hamilton and all them guys had a fight for us to become one nation. Another funny story. So we get here. I sent you guys the pictures of it. So there's kids outside of their apartment, chilling, playing video games. They're looking inside a window, and I'm like, "Okay, this is interesting." They got some gaming headsets on. They got a gaming controller, but they're outside. So I kind of slowly walk by their thing. They're playing Fortnite. I was like, "What's up, guys? What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Oh, my mom told us to go play outside, so we brought our controller and chairs, and we're playing outside. The game system just happens to be inside, but she can't yell at us because we're outside playing video games."
Yeah, but here's the thing though. You're not going to be able to stop your mom from just walking in and just shutting off the system.
Unplugging the system.
Right.
Yeah,
I said play outside.
play outside.
And they were like, "Yeah, we're literally playing games outside. We're playing a video game. It just happens. The TV happens to be inside." And they were doing it today all day. That's all I heard. There was like 7 of them chilling downstairs, literally looking into their window, playing video games. They were playing Call of Duty today. And all you can hear is screaming and yelling, "He's right there! He's right there! Turn! Shoot! 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 Shoot!" I was like, "No wonder why your mom wants you outside."
She's like, I don't care where you go, just get the hell out of my ears.
So
So
that was absolutely hilarious.
real quick, Ollie Debug says, "I'll be dead and buried in the ground before I recognize Missouri."
Missouri.
Missouri.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's essentially been my week. Nothing too extravagant. Well, kind of, obviously moving.
Well, yeah,
so.
something pretty big.
Oh,
big thing.
baby.
Dude, it's fucking weird. What's up, Schroeder?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting for it to show up. I don't know what just happened.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, Mark subscribed.
Nice.
2 months. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
2 months of doing this thing, man.
2
That's
months.
What was it? Oh yeah, it was weird. So today, because obviously the time changes, my schedule doesn't change according to Central Time. So my schedule just moves up 2 hours. So I now work 9:30 to 6, Sunday through Thursday.
So weird.
And I clocked off. I had to keep looking, and I'm like, I feel like I'm even leaving like 2 hours early. Like this doesn't feel right. And then I go to clock off, and it's 7:55. The actual time, I'm like, Jesus, this is so weird.
Yep.
Like the 3 hours behind. Well, yesterday we got off streaming it. It was 2 o'clock their time. It was 10:30 mine.
Such a fucking weird thing, man. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Like right now, it's 7 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock your guys' time.
That's
Yeah.
goddamn weird. I don't like it.
So it's strange. Like the other day, Miller messaged me, "Hey, you want a game?" It was 4:30 where I'm at. It throws me off because usually we're up till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, ish. Like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock yours, and I'm an hour behind.
Yeah.
But now
Right.
it's 2 o'clock your time, and it's fucking 10 o'clock my time, and it's like, okay.
So what do I do now?
Yeah, do I sit and game by myself, or do I get off and go to bed and just sit? I have nothing to do for that
I know,
time frame.
man.
That's-
I was wondering about that. That's
Yeah,
that seems
it's,
like it'd be a little rough.
it does throw a wrench into a lot of things because it was funny because Miller messaged me and I was like, oh, wow, that's early 4 o'clock, but not thinking it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock where you guys are at. So it's not that late
No.
there. Yeah, it kind of it's interesting kind of piecing all this together because technically, say we get off this podcast, Say it lasts another hour, hour and a half. It's only gonna be 8:30.
That's so dumb.
It's only gonna be 8:30, so it's like I feel like, okay, now do I stream? Do I like what do I do? Because I have this time now where usually I go to bed,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now it's like I have this huge gap that it's interesting for sure. I'm not used to it.
That's
To
funny.
say the least.
Yeah. What do we got, James?
What?
You said you were looking at some releases.
Oh, we could say that till after the
okay.
news, like we usually do.
Gotcha.
Before we
Gotcha.
do, hey, where can we find everyone? Walker, where can we find you?
So, those who don't know, you can find me at Captain_Geech on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, which I do want to start getting into the YouTube game a little bit more. I've been reading some stuff on it. Obviously, becoming a Twitch affiliate is my prime goal. So that kind of does throw YouTube, kind of throws a wrench into the YouTube world. I do not have an Instagram because Instagram deleted my account. They said I post too many of the same things. So you can find my. What's up?
I'm sorry, keep going. We'll have to talk about that. I want to.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's hogwash.
Yeah.
So you can find me on Instagram at JWalkerFit15. Currently, that is my fitness profile that I used when I was working out and stuff.
When you're wrestling.
You're
When I-
picking big, heavy things up and putting them down.
Exactly. And then so I'm using that currently as my main one because I can't my name 15 because that username has been deleted. So basically been blocked. So I do not have an Instagram now. But like I said, you can find me at, like I said, JWalkerFit15 is my current Instagram tag. What about you, James? Where can they find you?
Well, on Twitch and YouTube, you can find me at People8 Studios. And then on Twitter, you can find me at People810.
Woo!
There we go.
What about you, Schroeder?
Schroeder?
I'd rather not say. No. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know. I'm terrible at using any of them. I think Discord is like the main place that I am at.
Discord
So,
is
you know
my
what?
main social media account.
Yeah, that's where I hang out. You know,
Discord's
Facebook, all
growing.
those-
You can
all
buy
those things.
games off Discord
Yeah, you
now.
can.
I know you can. I'm telling you guys.
Fuck
We're at
Steam.
work. Yeah.
Hashtag fuck Steam. Am I right?
Yeah,
There you
dudes.
go.
But yeah, on the main places everybody else is at. But I don't know. I've been doing a lot of like reading and listening to podcasts on how to use those different platforms more effectively to grow your brand. And right now, I feel like I'm in this weird phase where it's like trying to keep up with the show and wanting to get more of the back end of things done and research the new stuff and how to do a lot of these other things. And there's not enough damn time in the day.
No, there isn't. There
No.
really
Bunch of
isn't.
cuckery.
Well,
it's
hey,
not.
man. It's a bunch of cuckery. Get out of here. That's-
Cockery and butt stuff, man. Which, yeah, for those who were hanging out with us last week, we did upload the butt stuff emoticon, and they said no to that. So
Nah, fam.
yeah. So we got to come up with another emoticon. The gutter oil one works.
Gutter
but-
oil is pretty good. Gutter oil is top tier.
Yeah, but it doesn't look that great as an emoticon. It's too small, so I got to figure out a different solution for that. But you know, we'll get there.
Just make a
We'll make it happen.
barrel and
Yeah.
put gutter oil on it.
Well, it's like an 8-bit, you know, the barrel from
yeah.
Donkey Kong where he's like running up the. Well, it's that, and it just says the word oil on it, and above it it says gutter. So,
I like that.
but it's too small.
Bless you.
Just bit
Stop
my
it.
tongue off.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm done. You can go ahead.
Ouch. And as always, you can find us at levelunlockedpodcast.podbean.com, anywhere podcasts are available, as well as levelunlockedpodcast@gmail.com
For
for
your
your questions, concerns,
Mail.
topics you want us to discuss, whatever it may be. Utilize that. Let's get that going, ladies and gentlemen. As well as we will be making a Twitter account
Twitter.
specifically for the Level Unlocked
I'll probably make it.
podcast groupies. Much appreciated. Groupies isn't a good word for that.
No, not at all. No.
Family, bro.
Level
Level unlocked. Dude, we could do a bunch of cool things. We could do like the point system during the streams.
There you go.
We could do keys. And
I have
the key
57
holders.
keys.
haha, I can enter into the drawing
Yeah.
for the thing.
Level unlocked podcasters.
Yeah. Fuck. I had something in my head that would have been pretty cool. But yeah.
Not that fake cool, that real cool.
that little thing.
We're
Yeah.
Anyways.
our fans are locksmiths.
Anyways.
Anyways. Anywho.
Any whomst.
Any when.
Any always.
So we got news.
We do got some.
I
news.
didn't make it this week. I have like 4 news things that I want to talk about. That's really only pertaining to me.
That's the way to do it.
Can I talk about mine?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Just get it done and over with. All right. So number 1, Jeff. You may remember last week we talked about a video game called Judgment, and a guy got in trouble for doing a little bit of the nose candy.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And everyone was a little worried, especially me, that the game would get delayed here in the U.S. because of that.
Mhm.
It's not. They're just going to put in a lot of extra hours. It's still coming out June 25th, so yay.
Boom.
Okay. Cool.
Persona 5 Persona 5 Royal Edition, I think it's called. What the fuck is it called? P5R. I think it's Royal. P5 Royal. Yeah, Persona 5 Royal's coming out. That's a thing.
Nice.
I love Persona 5. Persona 5's fantastic. This time it's adding a new character. So,
I like it.
last time in Persona 4 Golden, it was kind of shit, but okay, that's cool. More Persona. I'll support them. What else? I wanted to talk about 2 other things. Shit. I should have wrote this down, but it was kind of like last second. I was like, I'm going to talk about these.
Hey man, that's how we do it here.
This one dude. Did you guys see on Twitch this one guy did a complete Soulsborne run? He ran all the Demon Souls, all the Dark Souls, and Bloodborne without taking any damage.
How?
Just fucking incredibly. That's how.
That's wild.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's so crazy. I can barely get through those games.
That's impressive to say the least.
Yeah. It was a big thing. Like, even Twitch did, like, a huge celebration thing on their Twitter, like, congratulating him.
Really?
Yeah, it was...
Damn this microphone.
There you go.
Damn
It's
this microphone.
Schroeder's talking, but nothing's coming through.
You see this thing out? If this is red, my mic is off.
Okay.
So, if it's red, we just wave our arms wildly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. He has AirPods in. He can't hear us.
I know, right?
That's funny.
Right.
That's it for me right now. I'll come back when I think about it. Devil May Cry 5 sold 2 million copies already. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5.
Well,
The
you were
12-month
saying
salute.
you were saying it was a good game. You did say it. I was there when you said
Would you look at it?
it. That's what they said when they was looking at it.
Yeah. Oh, I love Game of the Year. Game of the Year, unless something else comes out that Judgment comes out. Oh, Catherine
I guess
Full
it's
Body
me.
Edition comes out. Last of Us 2 might come out. Oh.
Very true. There's a lot of games. A lot of games. So, going on to myself, I got some news, some newsworthy things, I think. We'll see if it actually is or not. You guys can be the judge. So, facing depression or anxiety, these games actually might help, according to a study.
Hold on, I'm gonna guess one of them right now.
What's up?
Animal Crossing.
Oh,
Minecraft.
I love Animal Crossing so much.
Minecraft. Let's real quick. Let's have a guessing game. What are the top? All right. What are what are some games you guys believe? I've got 5 people hanging out in the chat. I don't know what you guys got going on, but what games out there help with depression? I'm gonna go with, let's see, Minecraft, or you can only pick one.
Yeah,
Minecraft or Maple Story. Pikmin's good too.
Pikmin's great.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Notice they're all
I think-
Nintendo.
A lot of them too. I feel like gonna be personal preference. Surprisingly though, none of those games are on this list.
What?
Yes.
Well, the credibility.
Yeah,
of
what
this
is- what is
making
on-
this
yeah.
list.
Who made this?
Tetris 99.
Tetris fucking
Exactly.
99. Yeah.
Mark says Tetris. Minesweeper or Minecraft?
They're basically the same game, right? Minecraft is just a sequel to Minesweeper, right?
Exactly.
I know, right?
So, the game, it's not yet out, but it's a game that is actually dedicated to tackling mental health issues. It's called Sea of Solitude.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's by
I've heard of it.
EA.
Oh, so it's gonna
and,
be shit.
We'll see.
It's gonna be
but
shit.
essentially,
Hey.
it will be tackling some mental health issues when it comes to depression. What is that? Celeste.
Oh, I hear Celeste is
explores-
great.
Explores depression and anxiety through a proto. Let me see over here. Maybe I lost my train of thought. Through a physical, basically, it helps manipulate your brain through physical and emotional obstacles. And as well as the action adventure Hellblade.
Oh, Setsuna's Sacrifice is great.
Yep. That also helps trigger different aspects in your brain through physical and emotional obstacles. Other games, Night in the Woods and Pry,
What the hell's Pry?
have devolved into self-identity. They've dug into that, anger issues, post-traumatic stress disorder, and there was a fiction game actually called Depression Quest from 2013, which asks players to step into the shoes of a character living with depression, and so it kind of helps.
Oh,
them
I've
see
heard of that.
depression from another
I've
light.
heard that. Yeah. So let me just say, as a person who battles depression, one thing I absolutely despise is when people say on like things like social media or something, it's like, oh, just be happy, or oh, it's just go take a walk, go get exercise, you'll be fine. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
It says
So-
1 out of 5 American adults live with some kind of mental illness.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I feel like I
There's-
have a mental illness every day. It's called adulting. That's my
Yeah.
mental illness.
But yeah, so those are key games that trigger different aspects of your brain to kind of help basically zen you, compared to like the Zombie, the Battlefield, things along those type of games. That these are different games that trigger different parts of your brain, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty rad.
So next slate, I know James, you're excited to talk about some battle royal stuff.
Oh, fuck
You missed
me.
it last week.
God fucking damn it.
For those who didn't know, Apex finally released their battle pass. It's called Wild Frontier. It is available for $10, and the new character called Octane. Octane is a character with super speed. You inject yourself with adrenaline, and it helps you escape places super quick, as well as he places a jump pad. So if you need to get out of someplace really quick and your teammates can't run away, you throw down the jump pad and you jump away. The battle pass offers a variety of awards, skins, trackers, voices, coins, things along those lines. There is no challenges to basically go further like Fortnite. Like in Fortnite, you can complete challenges, kill this many people, things like that. Essentially, you just got to play the game and kill people.
Just
and
level up.
and that's how you unlock the next level of the battle pass. tomorrow's going to be a big day.
Why?
It's going to be a very big day.
Why?
Reasoning being,
Oh,
three things are
yeah.
happening.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
1, there is an Apple announcement. 2, there is a Sony announcement. And 3, I gotta find Battlefield Battlefield's update releases that unlocks their battle royal mode.
So we got 2 big announcements tomorrow, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
So
I
Sony
can't-
calling their
I call the PlayStation event for next week.
okay, that's fine.
I call it dibs.
So Sony is calling theirs the State of Play, which is essentially a rub from Nintendo Direct. They're essentially doing the same thing Nintendo did, where they are doing a live broadcast announcing everything they're going to be releasing, including a new PS4, a new VR system, and a bunch of games.
Possibly. Speculation.
That's the theory, huh?
Speculation. The
A
games
game
will
theory.
be Days Gone, The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
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 Because they will be skipping E3 this year.
And they
So
won't be having
essentially-
their Paris Game Week either.
Exactly. So essentially,
Or
this is
PlayStation
gonna
Experience.
this is going to be their E3.
See, I would like to see, them and I know Microsoft does it on occasion too, where I would like to see more like a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Every 3 months or so, here's some shit. Oh, Cuphead's coming to the Switch.
Nice.
That is all.
So tomorrow, it'll be 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. I don't know what GMTA is. I'm guessing that's European.
Yeah.
So basically, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Sony will be releasing exactly what they're going to be doing, and it's called the State of Play.
I'm gonna be working.
Also tomorrow, I'll talk about it a little bit, but Apple is doing an announcement as well, which also will go into something I want to talk about when we talk about Google's Google Stadia. So tomorrow also another announcement, well not announcement, but a downloadable via the update if you have Battlefield 5. Battlefield Firestorm relaunches, which is their battle royal mode, which they have guaranteed will be the biggest battle royal to date.
Well, how are they gonna do that?
It's 10 times bigger than any other battle royal map so far. The map's 10 times bigger.
Okay, but are they gonna have more players on it though?
Nope, it's 100.
So it's gonna be bigger, but it's gonna be like Fortnite, where there's nothing to do for 90% of the fucking match.
Let's hope
There's
not.
going to be significantly more vehicles, from tanks to helicopters to boats, that I think will make it more reasonable to go around, as well as the buildings are destructible. So
That is
you
cool.
You shoot a rocket at a building and the building explodes. You can drive a tank through a building, the building collapses like in real life.
That is really cool. That's the one thing I was hoping for with this. That would be the one thing that would make this stand out.
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest things, and it emphasizes everything that the vehicles, like I think I saw 15 different types of vehicles you can
Wow.
drive or fly, as well as you have special perks, just like how in multiplayer you can drop a supply drop on your own.
Yeah.
You can do that in this mode as well. You get a certain amount of kills, you can actually call in a supply drop, and you can call in a specific vehicle.
So it's
That's pretty
almost
damn cool.
it's almost like Apex Legends with their ult system.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So that'll be big. And the 26th is also going to be an interesting date, because Microsoft, once again, they are doing their version of Sony's and Nintendo Directs. They are having their own announcement. They are announcing all their indie games. It is called
All 3 of them.
it is called the ID Pass. That essentially it's a quote unquote like Nintendo Direct that they're going to be doing a stream announcing some indie games.
The latest Nintendo Direct featured
Interesting.
was all on is called Nindies. So all their
Yeah.
indie games. And it's everyone should just stop trying to get the indie games cuz fucking Nintendo has it down pat.
Oh yeah.
They got that shit on lock.
So kind of going into the last topic here that I have is the Google Stadia. Actually, no, there is one more.
Oh.
Sea of Thieves is getting a major update at the end of this month. They are adding fishing into Sea of Thieves, along with other core features. So essentially,
hold up, wait, whoa, what are they adding?
Fishing. You can go fishing.
You would think so. I mean, it is an ocean game after
It's
all.
a fucking ocean game. They didn't
You
have
gotta think
fishing?
No, they didn't have fishing, but it's all four of you can be fishing at the same time now.
Wow.
So literally, you can just basically chill on your boat and go fishing.
No, I don't know if my system would be able to handle all that though.
So that's pretty interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could do that in Animal Crossing.
You can. There's a lot that goes into it too. This is the biggest.
I could do that in Monster Hunter.
Update. This is the largest update that Sea of Thieves is having. They are adding new story modes as well as other features, gold, things along those lines. But fishing is a very large part of it. That you literally can just basically hang out and go fishing.
Which you could do in like every other fucking game. Jesus Christ. Rare, what happened to you? I love you guys, but god damn it, what happened to you?
They're changing how damage happens with the boats, everything along those lines, as well as they're fixing some patches and pieces of the game that were missing previously, as well as you can go hunting too outside of it. You can cook the fish as well. That gives you energy, so that's kind of cool. So you can go fishing and then basically cook up your fish afterwards.
So
Cool.
my whole question is what the fuck was this game before this?
You basically went around and you found treasure. You did quests to get treasure, and you avoided being killed by other pirates or other people
Yarr.
in pirate ships. So it's
Sounds
kind of
about
cool.
right.
I feel it reminds me of almost like the Fallout update where you can now craft beer and things along those lines. Except for beer, you can go fishing.
Yeah, but here's the thing, it's not like Fallout is filled with a world of like, it's not like you're on a malt plantation or malt farm, you know?
Yeah.
You're in the fucking ocean, man.
Yeah, you can fry them up and eat
Just
them
take me by the
afterwards,
hand already.
So now getting into the main event for me at least, the Google Stadia on Monday they had their announcement that Google is launching their gaming platform called the Google Stadia, which is their cloud-based gaming system. It's their gaming box without a box. Essentially, it is you stream games off of the Google server onto whatever device supports Google Chrome. So they are actually going to be pushing Chromebooks heavily, because they can support gaming now.
It doesn't require any processing power because it's the
Right.
Google servers are doing the processing. It's like
Yeah,
what
it just acts as like a window.
yeah, it's like
Exactly.
what Nvidia did or does. I don't know if they still do with their they had a feature with like I think the 1080s or some of the graphics cards where you could stream it if you had like an Nvidia Shield tablet or TV box, where you could stream stuff from your computer onto the game, and your computer did all the processing. It's just like having a monitor.
Exactly, and it's gonna be interesting because, and if you have,
Yeah,
a Chromecast in a phone, you can mirror the game from your phone to your TV and play it using.
Yeah, Mark says like the NVIDIA GeForce Now.
There we go.
Yep.
That's the word I was thinking. That's what I was.
Or
Or PlayStation Now.
Yep.
Because they do the same thing too.
PlayStation Now. So this is actually going to be a very large thing coming up. So they tested it and everything along those lines.
What's it called?
It's called the Google Stadia. And there is no actual release date for it or the price.
I was going to ask.
They feel that by the way they talked and made it seem is that it will be like a Netflix subscription, probably $10 to $15 a month.
Oh, not that cheap.
I
would think
probably
it'll be
not based off the games.
I would think it'll be closer to like PlayStation Now, where it's like $30 a month or so.
Yep. So the question was, can you play on any computer? And essentially, yes, you can play on any computer that supports Google Chrome. And then the same thing, you can then take that and throw it up on your TV via the Chromecast. They will be pushing this hard with like I said, with the Chromebooks now, because hey, you want a game? Perfect. Let's game with this $200 computer. All you have to do is have supposedly what they said. All you need is 25 megs. 25 megs will stream you games like
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
And there was a couple other ones, and all you need is 25 megs.
I also heard that
I don't really believe that, but
I don't believe it. Maybe high def, but like they're from what I was hearing about it, they were promising like 4K 60 frames per second.
They are
with games, which is you need some stupid internet for that.
And supposedly they were able to achieve that with no more than 25 megs. They were able to get the 4K 60 frames with only 25 megs.
Is that download or upload though? Probably download.
Download.
Yeah.
That you don't need to upload.
Yeah,
you want to stream.
Yeah.
You want to stream, then yes, you need to have upload. But you're not streaming, then you don't have to worry about it.
I also heard that they're going to have like YouTube gaming integration where you could basically, when you're watching something on YouTube, it'll say, "Hey, play this game." So you can just click on it, and you start playing, or you could play. Hey,
Exactly.
I'm playing Yakuza 0, and I'm at this part. Hey, you could just start up the game at this part.
So yeah, essentially what they want it to be essentially like a YouTube link. You literally click on the game and it starts in less than 5 seconds.
That's
that
impressive.
Is their expectation.
That would be impressive.
That is their expectation.
Yeah, they could actually swing it.
Is they want everything to be able to be clicked loaded within 5 seconds of you clicking on the game, and then if you want to switch platforms, it automatically puts you back exactly where you left off.
That's crazy. That would be crazy.
So supposedly they can do it. They have the ability, they have the technology, they have the server room to make that work. And the biggest thing next came was speed and data caps, which is a net neutrality nightmare. Is this thing? Net neutrality, whatever it's called.
Neutrality.
Yeah, not that it's really a thing anymore, but it still kind of is. So essentially, they're going off of the philosophy that all of the game systems, and this is the future of gaming, so that your caps, because no matter what you have, internet servers, you're going to do this on your cell phone with your quote unquote unlimited data.
Yeah.
After 21 gigs, your speed gets throttled.
Dips.
Because obviously, even though they say you have unlimited data, they want you to use 100 gigs because obviously that's not fair. So they throttle your speeds.
Yeah.
So they're going off the hopes and dreams that when YouTube and streaming became a thing, these cell phone companies, these internet companies raised the caps. And Google says that once this becomes a thing, because Sony's doing it, Microsoft's doing it, and there's a couple other companies I'll throw out here in a second that are also in development of doing it as well, that they're going to raise the caps, so that'll never be an issue. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Just show me the games, and
they really didn't want to talk about it because obviously they can't say that Spectrum or Comcast is going to increase their their quote unquote cap. That's actually not like a thing. They don't talk about that stuff, but there is a cap to your internet usage.
Yeah, I noticed. Because like even you guys have probably experienced it too. You're freaking hardwired in, and you still are getting like lags and freaking weird stuff that happens. Like I watch my video and audio connection in Discord, and it's like red all the time, and I'm like, why the hell is it red? I'm hardwired in. That doesn't make sense.
So supposedly they're going, like they said, once all these companies start utilizing the cloud-based streaming, that it's essentially going to force the internet companies, the phone companies, to increase their caps. Multiplayer obviously is a thing. You'll be able to do split screen and all that fun stuff, just like you would now.
Yeah, I hear they're doing like they want to do like couch co-op.
They do
a lot of couch co-op stuff. That would be cool. I'm down for that.
That'd be pretty cool. And we saw 2 weeks ago the controller.
Yeah, we did.
So for game-wise, Ubisoft and EA is already on board, and they are in talks with other companies to obviously establish their games, because essentially what they want is they want to get with EA, hey, I want to stream Call of Duty. And and they have to give then Google the rights, and then Google will stream Call of Duty for you, and you don't have to physically buy the game. You just pay the monthly subscription. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, just like Netflix.
Exactly.
Pretty much Netflix of gaming.
Exactly, and that's essentially what they're shooting for. What else here? No, you're good. Let me go through here.
I'm still here,
but so. Okay, so the other companies that are also in the works, as we know, Amazon.
They've been working on that for a while.
Amazon is in the works of their own subscription to start their own platform to compete, obviously, against Google. Apple is, and this is what probably part of their conference will be tomorrow, is Apple will be introducing their gaming platform. Their gaming platform is different, though. Essentially,
their motto is think different.
Exactly. It's not going to be geared towards the big games. It's going to be geared towards the apps on your phone that you have to pay for. Instead of paying for them individually, you pay a monthly subscription, and then you get all the paid-for apps for free. So it's not... Go ahead.
I really want to know how that's going to affect the developers of those apps, because it's different.
So they're partnering with... Supposedly, they're partnering with all the developers, and they will get paid based on downloads.
Okay.
So you pay this monthly subscription to Apple, and then Apple then deviates the proceeds to the games based on how many times it's downloaded. So if you have the number one most downloaded game in this paid subscription, you get the most money. You literally have one download. You're basically not getting anything. So that is probably one of the keynotes that Apple will be launching tomorrow, is their gaming platform. Another company just announced that they are in the works of trying to start their own gaming platform. They initially wanted to start their own Netflix of sorts, but stopped in January to put their efforts elsewhere. And their efforts elsewhere are to start their own streaming platform, to compete with Amazon, to compete with Google. And that happens to be the largest retailer in the world, Walmart.
Amrights' Apple's thing was used to be think different. Now it's everyone think exactly the same and put all your money.
So Walmart is in talks with all the major developers to start their own streaming platform utilizing the cloud-based system to compete with the likes of Google and the likes of Amazon, as they have 6 gigantic data farms with over 460 trillion terabytes of data. So they have the servers to be able to compete. I love the face, James.
I thought you were frozen there for a second.
No.
Yes, it is true.
What?
Walmart wants to compete in that world.
And yet they
because
can't fix their own goddamn website.
It is true.
That is the
At the end of
dumbest.
last year, they launched their own brand of gaming computers, gaming laptops, and gaming
That are
towers.
trash.
And so now they want to get into this side of it as they understand how much of a moneymaker it can be. So they're going to be a part of the gamers conference later this month or next month.
No, it's going on right now. GDC.
Oh, that's going on right now, but they're there. Walmart CEOs and executives are there to pitch to the major companies as to why they should allow them to stream their games on their gaming platform.
Okay, so here's my thought here, and this may sound crazy, but did you know that that Walmart has their own like Kindle kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like Amazon
Really?
Kindle.
What is it called?
I forget. It's something stupid, but exactly. That's the point. That's the point I'm making here.
Yep.
They have a basically like a Kindle Unlimited plan, but it's for Walmarts.
They have their own cell phone plan too.
Exactly. Who knew that? Not me. That's for damn sure. Did you know that Voodoo was owned by them? Sure.
I didn't
Okay,
know.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
But it's like
When you're
I
one of the
still
world's
don't-
largest companies.
when you think of video games and going to buy a video game, you don't think Walmart. Or at least I sure as hell don't. The first place that I think of when I think about buying a video game outside of Best Buy because I work there would probably be GameStop or Amazon. GameStop if I wanted it today, Amazon if I don't.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they actually do it. So essentially, this is the future of gaming because you have PlayStation now. Microsoft will be releasing theirs soon. It's called Microsoft X Cloud. You have Nintendo. You have Google. You have Nvidia. You have Amazon, which is going to be releasing theirs. You have Walmart that wants to release theirs, and you have Apple. So you have 8 of the world's biggest companies that are literally going to go from hard disks to streaming only the games over the internet.
That's insane.
It's going to crash and burn.
Could.
So,
It's going to crash and burn.
One solar flare is all it'll take. We're gonna X-class 4 solar flare that combines its energies with the chemtrails and the nanoparticles in the atmosphere, and it's gonna take all the servers now. Guess what? All your save files.
Yeah.
Corrupted.
It's going to be interesting to see if it actually
Steam,
works.
all digital.
Steam also
yeah.
did that, yeah.
So you have, and you got to think
Anyway.
Apple, the world's largest company. Microsoft, I think, is number 2. Walmart's the world's largest retailer. Sony's up there. Amazon is one of the second largest company in the world. So you have all these companies essentially competing against each other because I don't see the companies of the games like your EA allowing every single one of those to stream their game.
Uh-uh.
There have to be exclusive titles for each one. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So it's going to be interesting to see if Google's going to have specific games, if Amazon's going to have their own, if Walmart does actually do this, if they have theirs. Obviously, Sony has theirs. Microsoft's going to have theirs. So you have all these other companies now butting heads as to, okay, I want this game exclusively to me. The next Spider-Man game, I want the Spider-Man game. I want God of War. Obviously, those are Sony titles, but just as examples.
I want the next Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I want Call of Duty to be exclusively streamed on my platform.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
We're gonna have 1,600 different launchers on our desktop.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Um,
They all need to be updated simultaneously.
and it's all gonna be cloud based. So it is going to be very, very, very interesting to see exactly what happens. To see if the hard copy in general goes away because CDs died.
Yep.
Blu-rays died.
Yep.
And is hard disks out the door as well soon.
Right,
So we'll
because I mean, once upon a time, even DLC. I mean, remember when Hearthfire and fucking
Yeah.
whatever that other one for Skyrim came out, and then Aim right over here mentions that where was it at? Doesn't I enjoy it?
I don't
What
like
was
it.
Never mind. But basically saying how damn it, a game just came out, or a DLC Battlefield for Battlefield 5. He says, I probably should find these things before I start talking. That would make a lot of sense. There it goes. Battlefield 5 Firestone Battle Royale comes out at 5 a.m. tonight.
Yep.
Also known as their last chance of saving Battlefield 5.
It is true.
Yeah.
100% true.
All I know about all this stuff is I'm just gonna be that old man yelling on his soapbox because I don't want the physical shit to die. I'm gonna be that old cranky bastard, old man yelling at clouds.
Looking over there, looking around for bootleg steel books.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if it actually does die out because, like I said, you have all these companies now that they want to go to the cloud-based servers. Yes, does that bode well for people who want a game and don't want to spend $10,000 on a gaming PC and they don't want to spend a lot of money on the internet speeds? Because if you can get away with 4K 60 frames a second at 25, 30 megs,
right.
Okay, yes. At the same time, you can't stream with that. But also Google, because Google owns YouTube. The Stadia also automatically has a built-in feature to stream to YouTube. You can't stream the Twitch,
which is dumb. It's really dumb if you ask me.
Stadia.
Really super dumb.
Well, it makes sense. They own YouTube, so they want you to use their thing.
Of course. But here's the thing: like even YouTube knows it. That YouTube gaming is nowhere near as popular as Twitch.
Oh, no, not at all.
Nowhere near as popular. If you want this shit to succeed, you need to get it into the hands of, like, Twitch people. Like, Twitch affiliates.
I mean, it's this. I was actually just watching a whole bunch of stuff on this over the last, like, week or so. And that's, like, how do you branch out and use those other resources most effectively? Because the value, you are absolutely correct, the value of Twitch is, we talked about this a little last week, the value of Twitch isn't really shareable. You know, the idea that if you're on YouTube, think about an average hour and a half you spend on YouTube, which is all cloud-based videos. I mean, playing into this cloud-based concept. Oh yeah, I know, right? That's just
hour and a half. That's it. What?
That's just circling the two.
I've watched videos that were an hour and a half by themselves.
Yeah. Yep. And then that, so you're circling around the rabbit hole at an hour and a half. You haven't even dipped into it yet, But if you think about it just as a simple thing, say an hour and a half, 2 hours, you're on YouTube. How many souls do you believe you cross paths with? I know in an hour and a half, I would most likely watch 10, 15 videos probably. Sometimes, like you said, occasionally you'll run that really long one that sucks you in. But on YouTube, you cross paths with so many different people. So it's a really good method upon which to get discovered. Where on Twitch, it's kind of hard to share your content. Like, first off,
kind of landlocked.
Yeah, you are. That's a great expression for it. Landlocked. That's great. And that's the other thing too, is they both have their places. Because I don't know about you, but I don't ever really go to YouTube and look for an hour and a half long stream to watch, especially one that's been recorded already. Who watches? I don't know many people personally that watch. Okay, so you go back and you watch other people's streams?
I do.
I
do. Like really when I miss it, yeah. Like okay, I have a few streamers that I watch.
Yeah, and that's but how would you say more than on one hand? Can you count those? Like the 5 people you actually go to YouTube to rewatch their streams? And
I will say it's a rarity too. Like
6
people, yes, will do that.
Probably about 6.
I would say I agree with you, Schroeder. Very large people don't do that. Some people do, don't get me wrong. But there is, I would say, a majority that don't do that.
Right. So when you're on, now say you take that same hour and a half, 2 hours on Twitch and you're perusing, I can find somebody that I'll put on the background while I'm doing stuff or even sit and watch. I'll find somebody that I'll put on for the next 2 hours in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, boom, that's it. So So I was listening to a podcaster, and she was talking about how, these people that are streaming 6-7 days a week and getting all burnt out all crazy, and their growth is kind of not happening the way they're hoping for it to. They're like, well, take a couple days off. Why don't you think about moving down to 3-4 days a week, and then use those extra days to reach out and branch out on those other platforms. How each social media has its own kind of thing and like example, and this again is all playing into social media, or not social media, but cloud-based ideas, because like you said with the Kindle, and now I didn't even know freaking Walmart had one.
Yeah.
I know some people still do, but in the world, if you so chose, you don't have to have any books, any movies, any music, any games now.
Exactly.
You don't need them in your house. You don't need the bookshelf for them. You don't need the clutter. Like you can literally have a Chromebook.
Yeah.
And you're at a TV and you're ready
Pretty
to
much.
go. So it's but the question now is, all right, so if you don't have these physical media sitting in the store, how do you promote them? I mean, you think about it. I mean, you really think about the evolution of what's been taking place. TV advertisement, TV advertisement, I'm sure is not a huge thing, as much as, not as big as the internet. I don't know. If you don't have the physical media in the store and you're not promoting on the TV or radio really anymore, I've never heard of Call of Duty. I've never heard of a video game advert on the radio. Everything is going into this social media thing. So how do you utilize it to put yourself out there?
Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You get the popular people on these platforms to, show off said content.
Yep.
So like, I know a few people that got review copies of Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, or Devil May Cry, or Resident Evil 2. Where it's like, here you go, play this. You have you could stream for the first 2 hours of it before launch, just to get people hyped for it. That's where advertising's going. And I don't think I've ever listened to a single podcast that doesn't have any kind of advertisements in it.
Agreed.
Except for ours.
Yeah.
Well, I don't listen to our podcast, so.
That's true.
I don't need to listen to it.
Supposedly we're going to be featured here soon. I'm waiting for her to respond back to me to see when we can be featured. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I need to make that Twitter account. I'll do that after this.
But yeah, so that's, the future is changing, and it's changing fast.
It is.
If you guys are wondering, I did get off stream because it was super laggy. But I am recording this though. But I am no longer streaming it, as I was streaming at 61 drop frames a second.
Oof.
At 30 megabits a second, because my internet is complete trash, and it's going to force me to go to the 1 gig.
Why don't you host either people? I hate
you should host. You should host like me.
That's a good point. Got it. I will do that really quick. Also, too, I forgot to notate. I didn't know that there was a World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it holds the likes of Tetris, Pac-Man, Grand Theft Auto 3, Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy 7, and more. And currently in the running, the voting ends. If you actually Google this, World Video Game Hall of Fame, you can actually vote for the top 3 games. And this year's running for the Hall of Fame is Candy Crush, Centipede, Colossal Cave Adventure, Dance Dance Revolution, Half-Life, Microsoft Windows Solitaire Original, Mortal Kombat the Original, Myst, NBA 2K Series, Sid Meier's Civilization.
Sid Meier's.
Sid Meier's. The Super Mario Kart, and Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Melee, Civ, and then Centipede.
I can't believe Myst is in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, Myst is great though.
3 of those games, it'll be announced May 2nd. 3 of those games will be entering World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft
Auto
Auto 3
the games that are already in there.
Grand Theft Auto 3 should have been in there. I think the original Super Mario Bros. Is in there.
Yeah,
as well.
I didn't realize that was a thing. I was like, there's a freaking
Yeah.
World Video Game
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
So speaking of old games, two real incredible discoveries happened in the span of like a few days this week. There's a game called UWF. It's like Universal Wrestling Federation. It was a game on the NES that never came out. That was what the WCW was originally called. And nobody knew it existed until one person bought from a guy who worked for Nintendo, because it was coming out on the NES back in like '89.
Okay.
He bought a prototype cart for it. And nobody knew it even existed. And that same guy, a few days later, ended up buying a Nintendo World Championships, I think, gray cart, which
Nice.
is something you don't hear of every day happening. It's
No, not at all.
it's like, holy shit, everything's happening. It's the same fucking guy.
That's awesome. But yeah, that you can vote now. The voting ends the 29th, so I'm assuming that's the Saturday. No, this Friday.
No, yeah, it was Friday.
Voting ends for the next class Hall of Fame. That's crazy. Candy Crush. That's not even that old.
It
No.
doesn't surprise me that that's there though. It's such a
Oh no, that was what at
That
one
was-
point the largest
Really?
game in history, the most downloaded game in history.
in the whole world.
I think it still is technically. I think Candy Crush.
Candy Crush go
Has
fuck
to be.
itself.
Um,
Right in the bomb.
I think it's gonna be Super Smash Bros. Melee,
Oh yeah.
Super Mario Kart, and I have to say it's gonna be Mortal Kombat or Candy Crush.
I would say Melee, Civilization, and Centipede. I think those are
Freaking-
more influential.
You can go to any game place right now that still sells Melee, and it's the lowest price you will find Super Smash Bros. Melee is like $70.
Oh, let me take a quick gander on eBay.
That game is a gem. That game is
It's fantastic.
worth so much money.
It's the
It's
second best
insane.
Smash Bros. Game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that game it's super rare and it's so expensive and it's not even that old.
I have
It
it.
is, but it's not at the same time.
Disc only, $50 on
That's
eBay.
insane. That's so
Complete.
crazy to think about.
$50. Someone's selling it. Oh, this bidding. Never mind. 55 for complete with manual. Okay, so I like the 50s.
I missed it. What game is this?
Melee.
Super
Smash.
Smash Brothers
Super
Melee.
Aye.
Yeah, you can find it.
Super
So,
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what game in that collection do you think has been the most influential in the future evolution of games from whence it came?
The one in the Hall of Fame games, the one that are in there.
Yeah.
Well, Candy Crush was, I think, the start of games on your phone. Like that game just
Yeah. No, I would
took
say
over everything.
no. I would say Angry Birds is more influential than Candy Crush.
Flappy Birds. That was the guy got death threats because everyone was pissed.
Well, no, Angry Birds.
No. Remember
Well,
the game Flappy
Well,
Bird?
yeah, I remember Flappy Birds. I was able to download that on my Galaxy S4.
Dude, I
Um,
remember when people were selling those the things for like that, like
Oh, they
so
sold their
much money.
phone.
yeah,
sold
for
their
so
phone.
much money, man.
Because it was only available for like a week, and then the guy deleted it because he got death threats because it was too hard.
No, he got
Um,
It got-
How do you make
it-
this
no.
game that's next to impossible.
he got death threats because he took it off the Play Store. People loved it
Yeah.
so much that it was
Yeah.
he felt like it was
Well, wasn't
ruining
he-
people's lives, so he took it down.
oh,
Wasn't
man,
he
that's the worst.
getting like not only death threats, but he was also getting like
People were going to his house.
Mhm.
yeah. That's what I thought.
Like people were like knocking on his door and shit.
Yeah.
Um.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, Angry Birds is up there. In terms of the revolution, I don't know. It's hard. Mortal Kombat obviously is an instant classic.
Mortal Kombat is infamous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Dance
s-
Dance Resolution. That was. I had that. I had one of the thicker mats.
I had the Mario one at one point.
I had the one that had like the thicker mat that was about like an inch and a half thick, not just like the flat piece of paper.
Hmm.
So that was kind of cool.
So
I love Dance Dance Revolution.
what
Yeah,
games?
Dance Dance Revolution was the man. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Let's go through. Do you have the list up of what games are in the Hall of Fame right now?
I can pull it up.
Because let's go down the list and talk about it. See if they deserve it. Because this is interesting.
Yeah.
Video game.
This
Hall
is
of
right up my
Fame.
fucking alley. Video game history.
Yeah.
This is right up my alley.
Doom's on there. World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah,
Halo.
Doom, World of Warcraft deserve to be on there. Halo deserves to be on there.
Okay, let's see here. Let's go. Let me expand this. Inductees. Once my computer's being trashed garbage, so bear with me for a second.
Being a bitch.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
So the original arcade Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that definitely belongs there.
Ew, another subscriber. Thanks,
Nice.
bro. Super help. Super awesome.
Yeah, the original arcade version of Donkey Kong. That's on there.
That deserves it.
Yeah, that one's deserving. Yeah.
The original Doom.
Okay. Yep. That was, I would say Wolfenstein 3D more than Doom, but that's personal preference.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, yeah, this is the one with like the 100 health, 100. Okay, I know which one this is. Final Fantasy VII, which that 100% deserves to be on there because that was revolutionary on its own in terms of graphics. I know James doesn't agree, but it is.
Graphics and storytelling.
Yeah.
Heavy air
Grand
quotes.
Theft Auto 3.
Oh, yeah.
That was innovative in its
That-
own right.
Oh, okay. So, even though Driver 2 did it first, and there were other games that were open world, sandbox action adventure games.
Driver. I remember that game.
Yeah. So it was GTA 3 almost perfected it at the time. So it's
I don't know. I don't remember a cheat code that would allow your vehicle to turn into basically a tank.
Yeah.
Well, all of the rest of the physics were exactly the
Yep.
same. You would drive through trap. I'd have to say I laughed so hard playing that game as a kid, turning on that mode, and you'd go fucking flying down the road at
Yep.
1,000,000 miles
Yep.
an hour, and all the other cars you hit would like fling off. Oh man,
Yep.
so funny. Good stuff. Those are good old fashioned lulls right
those
there.
are the good old days.
Yeah. But as you were saying though, how other games that have done it, but they mastered it, right?
Yeah. Let me tell you, there's one thing Rockstar does good, and that is both ping pong games and open world action adventures. Can you hear
I think
Walker?
you're right. Yeah. I think you're right, man. What's that? What's everything's so quiet?
So is Walker talking? Because I can't hear him at all.
Oh, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. My headset
That's why. Yeah, that's why.
So that makes perfect sense.
I saw you talking. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto 3?
Grand Theft Auto 3. Not even
Really?
thinking. Grand Theft Auto 3.
Dude, I remember San Andreas,
Yeah.
up, down, whatever the code
Up,
was.
up, down, down, left, right, R1, or up, down. Fuck, I used to have those all memorized.
I don't remember what it is, but yeah, that's insane.
That's how much of a nerd I am.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Yes.
For the Xbox.
Yes. That showed that first-person shooters could be good on consoles.
That was the original. John Madden Football, the original Madden. For
sure.
the Nintendo.
I'm more of, I think, NBA Jam, but,
Is this for the Nintendo? Sega
Genesis.
and Mega Drive.
Genesis with Nintendo Genesis.
The Legend of Zelda.
Gimme right there. Anything Shigeru Miyamoto did.
The Legend of Zelda, obviously. That's The original Oregon Trail.
Yep. Yep.
I never fucking got
That seems
leukemia
appropriate.
or fucking
Dysentery?
never got fucking drowned or bit by a snake faster in my life.
Yep. It made learning fun.
It did. Dude, I fucking used to love those games. I
Yeah.
think that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Fucking the river is raging. Are you sure you want to cross? Fuck yeah, I do.
Fuck yeah. There was an old game that
I do what I want.
it was on, I think, like an old flip phone of mine. That had Oregon Trail that you could buy, and I wanted to buy it so bad.
Dude, I fucking-
He says it's R1, R2, L1, R2.
L2, left down, right up, left down, right up.
Yeah.
I was doing the Konami code. Sorry. Speaking of Konami code, did you see that the Konami code's on the back of the Google Stadium events controller?
Really?
Is it
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently,
That's awesome.
from what I heard.
Yeah, I used to love. I stole an Oregon Trail disc from school once. I was super excited. Came home and got to play it all day. Oh, that was amazing. Got to search for snakes and
You stole something from school and enjoyed it the entire day.
I did.
That's weird. That's so fucking weird.
It doesn't happen too often, man.
Yeah, I love the Oregon Trail games. The original Pac-Man.
Okay. Yep.
I'm surprised that's not already in there.
These are ones that are already in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these ones are already in the thing. Weird. Don't really know why this particular. Well, I understand why, but Pokemon Red and
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
But not.
Well, because Blue didn't. I don't believe Blue was out in Japan. I think it was Red and Green.
Let's see what the reasoning being for this is. First established the original pair. Yeah,
Yep.
was Pocket Monsters Aka, aka which means red.
Baka.
Um,
That's something
yeah,
different.
it was
That
it
means
was
different.
red and green. Red and blue was not a thing until it came to America.
Mhm.
Huh. I knew
Bam!
there was a green version, but I didn't realize that.
Bam!
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's finally paying off. All that
So,
video game
Pokemon,
knowledge finally paying off.
The original arcade Pong.
Okay, with it being the first successful video game, I can
Yes.
dig it.
The original Sims.
Okay, all right, yeah, I can
Um,
dig that.
That was.
I spent a lot of
innovative.
time in the Sims.
Oh, I did.
Did you know the
don't
Sims used to be? Here's a stupid fun fact. The Sims used to be just a game where you built houses for these
I
people,
can see that.
and then the creator Will Wright was like, "Nah, man, this is kind of more. It's more interesting with the characters. The characters were more interesting."
I don't remember if I played. I don't know if I played one or two more. I didn't really play much of 3. 4 is what you played, Schroeder, right? You have a whole entire world. That's what I thought.
I have.
Yeah, I play that one. Every once in a while, I get on a stint where I play that game for like.
That's
Hey, you showed me
Yeah.
your fucking
Straight,
world
man.
of it.
yeah. That's exactly
Right.
how I am. I would go
Well,
months
everyone-
without playing it.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll download completely inappropriate mods and do terrible things to your body while I geech. You know, that's kind
Ah.
of.
My mom stopped actually banned me from playing The Sims for a while, purposely for the sole fact that I made him have sex.
Like, what is this woohoo nonsense?
The covers are moving; they're shaking all around.
What the hell?
So I used to have to sneak playing the original Sims because I purposely made them do inappropriate things.
Made them have
That's
the
funny.
whoopee.
Exactly.
The damn whoopee.
The original Sonic the Hedgehog.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Yeah.
Space Invaders, the original Space Invaders. Is it the arcade version?
Okay. I can see that.
Let's see, we got here. Yes, the original arcade version of Space Invaders. And then the Atari 2600. And then Space War.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what that is.
I'm familiar with Space War. I do believe it was also a kind of like almost. I think it was a 2D side scroller shooter. Could be wrong. I've heard the name.
So it says, no game deserves more credit than Space War for inspiring the modern video game industry. During the 1960s, America was in a fierce space war with the Soviet Union. Computers helped scientists figure out how to boost real-life rockets in orbit. So perhaps it's not surprising that the computers also became the means for the game. By 1962, with the help of others, the creator had created a two-person controlled spaceships that launched torpedoes at each other the whole time while circling the sun, whose gravitational pull threatened Fury destruction. Let me check out this 12-second video. So essentially, your little dots that you have to maneuver and turn, and little tiny like torpedoes you have to fire at each other.
Okay.
That's awesome. It was one of the first games ever made.
God, to think that was the future.
Yep.
Once upon a time.
I'll never.
War is what it's called. If you guys want to look it up.
I'll never forget when I was younger.
Yeah.
Back in 2005 or 6, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and my mom, who was working at Toys R Us at the time, comes in, just bursts into my door in my room, and she's like, yo, you'll never guess the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, what? And she goes, we got the Xbox 360 on display. I'm like, oh yeah? She was like, that game you have on your computer, Call of Duty 2, they had it on there, and the graphics were amazing. They looked incredible. And I look at her stone face, and I go, bullshit, it can never look better than this.
Dude, I remember Madden. I remember like Madden 2000, 2001. Like I remember the graphics. I'm like, these are astonishing. And now then you look at it, they're block figures.
Yep.
Yeah, Space War, the original, one of the first games ever made. Street Fighter 2.
Yes. Yes. Double yes.
Is this the arcade version?
Street Fighter 2 was incredible, and it deserves every bit of it.
Capcom.
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 And it paved the way for Mortal Kombat, Virtual Fighters, Tekken, Super Smash, and other fighting games. It
made it so
that was a game that changed the industry.
Yeah,
I feel
there were fighting games before, like the original Street Fighter, but none of them had combos like Street Fighter 2 did, or button combinations.
Dude, that's what made it. People play the arcade version of that, like tapping that. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, high level Street Fighter 2 players is a fucking just ballet.
Yeah, that is dang. People still play that heavily today. Street Fighter 2.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter 2, in my opinion, is the best Street Fighter.
Super Mario Bros, the original Mario.
Yep. That's a gimme.
One of the most sold games of all time.
My eyeball.
I love it. The original Tetris.
Okay, yep. Owned by the USSR for a while.
Yep. The original Tomb Raider. That game was that game was innovative. You had the actual first person walking around, climbing, shooting.
Yep.
That game was hard as shit.
It was the first real third person action adventure.
Dude, it was just a pain in the ass to get out of the first fucking level when you're stuck in a cave.
Yeah, that damn bear.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was ridiculous. And also the controversy because her sex appeal and her huge ass boobs that they gave her in short shorts.
Hey man, did you know you can enter in a code to make her nude?
Yeah,
there is.
That fake nude, that new nude.
Oh, I was super excited when I figured that shit out. Oh my god, my 7-year-old self was.
You felt feelings you never thought you'd ever feel.
He's sure
Pixelated
playing that
titties.
game a whole lot.
Some pixelated boobies. Yeah, that game was fun. And last but not least, the original World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Oh man.
That made MMOs cool.
It did. To this day, obviously, that's still one of the biggest games.
Yeah.
There's currently over 100 million accounts for World of Warcraft.
Or there was at least. I don't think there still are.
At one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still
That's
still
crazy.
pretty big back over in like Korea and stuff, and here in the U.S.
Yeah. Since its release, a combined total of 100 million accounts have been created. It doesn't mean they're still there, but 100 million accounts total have been created since the game was made.
Yep, it's what made Blizzard huge.
It's one of the largest games and best-selling MMORPGs ever.
The best-selling MMORPG ever.
I just.
And that-
Oh, guys, keep going.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So that game was innovative in its own, because that established your Final Fantasy Online, all the.
EverQuest 2.
That was essentially your first online game.
Uh-uh.
Well, not your first, but your first, like, high tier, I guess you could say.
I would still say Ultima Online was pretty popular. I would say almost as popular at the time. If internet was as prevalent back then when Ultima Online came out, it would probably be just as popular.
Yeah.
During this game, like these launches and stuff like that of World of Warcraft, dial-up was the only internet then, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it came out. When the fuck did World of Warcraft come out?
In 2004.
Yeah.
I don't think dial-up wasn't the only option in 2004.
No.
Uh,
Internet wasn't good.
internet wasn't good. I don't know what it
No,
was back.
you had your DSL. It was DSL.
Yeah.
Cable wasn't a thing yet. It was DSL. You went from dial-up to DSL. I remember getting when my parents first got DSL, 1 meg download. I was super pumped. Like, man, this is fucking fast as shit.
Yeah.
1 meg, baby.
Eternity.
I think it was like 1 to 4 megs. It was what we got. Oh my god, I was like, no, 1 to 3, and it was, oh my god, it was glorious. Greatest thing I've ever seen. I can download all my songs way faster now.
Yeah, songs.
It's when I started downloading my my movies, my all of the episodes of Family Guy that were out at the time. I was super stoked. I thought I was a badass. Making my custom screens to watch my on my tube TV, my VHS DVD tube TV, Magnavox.
Checking out your GeoCities page.
Yeah, man.
Oh, GeoCity.
Oh my god, I was
GeoCity.
fucking having had the computer cleaned 10,000 times because of LimeWire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, LimeWire.
Was it BearShare and then
Oh, BearShare was bad.
BearShare, LimeWire, where you could download the paid version of LimeWire, free so you automatically could upgrade to the paid version for free, which was hilarious. And then not Netflix, Napster.
Napster.
There we go. And then till what is it, Sean
Metallica, man.
Sean Parker got sued by Metallica for $1 billion, and he decided to say, fuck it, I'm going to go to Facebook instead. But yeah, those were the glory days, man. You look back and you think of all those, like the speeds of the internet and shit that you had, and the computers. Oh my god. The 64 megs of RAM.
Oh yeah. I have somewhere a memory card for my I think it was a memory card for my N64 that has, I think, 32 kilobytes on there.
Yeah, dude, I remember I remember it was like Christmas when I got a 64 megabyte flat hard drive. I mean, a memory card from my PlayStation 2. I was like, yeah, I can fit all the games in the world on here now. Well,
I can download all of them.
I can save them all now. 64 megs, baby.
Yeah.
Get it? Oh
Right.
man,
God.
thinking about like the difference between then and now, like how everything has changed so much. Like, because when we thought like those games back then, the Call of Duty ones, the modern warfares, not the modern warfares, Medal of Honor,
Madden's
2000,
The
NBA
Sims.
Live, The Sims. Like, and we thought those games were like super like high end, like they took up all the space and all your shit. And
Yep.
Right.
fast forward to now, it's just like holy shit.
Yep.
I don't even know what we would do with fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, which is what is it?
105 megabytes or gigabytes.
105 gig game.
I would know because I deleted all of it.
We would literally be like shitting on ourselves trying
Yep.
to figure out how we're gonna afford.
That's a lot of floppy disks.
Yeah.
Right. Lunk says, shit, I was the man back in the day with my PS1 memory card. Had 5 banks of memory cards with 8 cards per pack.
Yeah.
Per
Bam.
bank.
Oh, what was that thing to be able to play the thing you plugged into the PlayStation to be able to play with 4 controllers?
Multi-tap.
That multi-tap? Oh man, I got one of those. I thought I was the coolest person.
You were the coolest fucker in school.
All my friends can play SmackDown, SmackDown Live or whatever the game was called.
On the PS2, SmackDown versus Raw, I think like 2004 or 5, you could hook up 2 multi-taps and do 8-player. That is the dumbest thing ever. I need to do that.
Oh my god, it was fantastic. I love those SmackDown games. They were the greatest thing
Yeah,
ever.
they were great.
And they were so stupid, but they were
the right kind of stupid.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, those just looking back at those games, just thinking about like what we thought at the time was like epic and like state of the art. You show that to kids nowadays, they're gonna look at you like, what is this?
Yeah, what the fuck is this shit?
This is what we grew up with, man.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm good, bro.
What do you mean there isn't a battle royale mode in it?
Exactly. Yeah, no, all those games I think they belong in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
What are some games that aren't in the Hall of Fame that you guys think should be there?
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, that's a good one. Spore.
Those are good ones.
Brutal Legends. Just kidding.
No. I will say though, something like a Grim Fandango, another Tim Schafer game, or Monkey Island should be in there.
Yeah, those are up there. You think any of the original Call of Duties or anything like that?
Right. Who started
Eventually.
that idea? Well, Half-Life is in there, and Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Life.
Battle Royale.
I would say maybe I wouldn't say Call of Duty. I would say probably Medal of Honor.
Or Team Fortress.
Team Fortress is a good one. Medal of Honor.
The original.
Rising Sun is still one of my most favorite of all time.
Oddworld, Oddworld. Just the Oddworld series.
Pokemon Gold and Silver. Because with Gold and Silver, Masahiro Sakurai, Satoru Iwata, the absolute madman he was, managed to put all of the first region in that game.
Yeah, that was huge.
The absolute madman.
Super Mario Party.
Mario Party, I can see Mario Party.
That was innovative. Kind of.
Yeah.
Mario Party. That's a big one. I'm trying to think of other.
I'm trying to think of like innovative games that all did it differently.
There's
you guys, got any out there in Chatland? Everybody stream here. Does anybody got any other games they can throw into the pile as far as what should be in the Hall of Fame?
games that were.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
that
There you go.
game was great.
It was one of the first ones where the whole thing was just running around destroying everything. As far as Rampage?
Red Faction, yeah, Rampage, Red Faction, I would say.
Yeah, Red Faction. Yeah, that was a good one. That defined a genre, really.
Yeah,
It did.
I would say-
wasn't that one of the first ones that were really like that?
yeah. I would say either Red Faction or Time Splitters.
Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, will be in there one day.
Mainly because of how much it sold. Yeah.
Resident Evil, any of those?
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 1 should be Silent Hill. No, I'd say Silent Hill over Resident Evil.
Didn't Resident Evil do it first, though?
Well, okay, if we really want to get
Well,
technical,
yeah.
Sweet Home did it first, which was a kind of precursor to Resident Evil. So Sweet Home, technically. Alone in the Dark. Fuck it. Let's start off with the first, like, the real first survival horror game. The game that coined the survival horror genre.
Yeah,
Animal
Resident Evil
Crossing.
definitely. Animal Crossings.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Galaga.
Okay, yeah, I can see Galaga.
That was a huge game for the time. I personally like. I guess Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario World. Can you really have that with the original Super Mario though in the Hall of Fame?
I would say Mario World, yeah. I would say
Two
Mario
different
World, yeah.
Kind of well, I don't know if they're different enough.
I think they're different enough by the way that it, how it did change a lot of the game itself. I would say that they are different.
What about Duke Nukem?
Well, Duke Nukem 3D. It would be Duke Nukem 3D.
And
Yeah.
Not the
Wolfenstein.
original Duke Nukem.
That's what
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein was. Well, and then you go back on that, and then what came out
Yeah.
first, Doom or Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein 3D. Well,
Yeah,
okay, if
Wolfenstein.
we want to get technical, the original Wolfenstein, that was a top-down kind of stealth action game, came out first. If we want to
Yeah.
get technical.
I'm trying to think here. Super Mario 64,
Yep,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Maybe not GoldenEye.
It's a lot.
As
A lot
great
of.
of a game as it wasn't really the first one to do that.
No,
No,
and
yeah.
I don't. I mean, oh sure, it was like one of the first to, like, really do co-op
Yep.
or like versus split screen versus like in a console game for a shooter. But I
Yeah.
would still say I would still probably put Halo Combat Evolved over it as a
Yeah.
It
as
was
like
one of the.
this is what defines a first person shooter on a system.
It was one of the first games though where you could stack piles and piles of mines on top of
Yes.
each other.
Yes, that's why it deserves it.
Tony Hawk, the original.
Oh yeah,
one.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah, it could probably be on there.
Would you rather have one or two? Because two, you have the ability to free ride. One, you don't. One, you're stuck. It's very linear.
I remember
One.
the first time playing
Still.
one after two, and I'm like, you're right. This was a lot more linear.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally like two more because you actually had the ability to ride around and you weren't. Because one, you're timed. The whole entire
Yeah.
time you have time.
But we're
time
not.
limit. Number two, you don't.
But we're not talking about improvements here, though. We're talking about innovation and why it should be in the Hall
What
of
was
Fame.
innovative? Yeah.
So I would say like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 for the sole reason that it kickstarted an entire genre of video games that took over the 90s and early 2000s.
That's very true.
Fucking Disney made a skateboarding game.
I remember when they fucking made the Tony Hawk one with the actual skateboard you can.
At
actually
Tony Hawk's
on.
Ride that worked once.
Yeah, that.
And I
that
brought
was
my-
horrible.
I got it for Christmas, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
oh
rough.
man, this is so bad. I need to call all of my friends and have them experience how bad it is. So the day after Christmas, I call up a bunch of my buddies, like, yo fuckers, get over here, because this is shit. So they come over, and they're like, okay, let's play this trash, and the skateboard didn't connect.
Right.
Go figure.
Mark says number two as far as Tony Hawk because of what you said, Walker. It has what the first one has, but made it way more enjoyable by being free roaming.
Yeah,
That's true. Minecraft.
Minecraft definitely.
Oh, of course, yeah, Minecraft. I'm surprised Minecraft's not already in there somewhere.
It really should be, in all honesty.
That game, I think that released a whole new open world concept. Would you take Resident Evil 1 or 2 or number 4 if you had to
One.
pick? 1?
One. Just because of how it changed the game so much.
Pokemon Yellow over the other ones,
No.
based on the fact that Pikachu's actually following
No. Not at all.
him. Diablo.
John Madden football's in there.
Yeah. Hey man, sports games are popular now.
What about Diablo
Um.
or number 2?
It's hard to say because
Yeah.
like Fallout was doing that style.
Yeah. Fallout. Ultima was a thing for a very long time. I probably wouldn't put Diablo in it.
No.
Like if it was up to me, I wouldn't put Diablo in it. Maybe a few years later.
Star Wars Jedi Knight or any of the original Star Wars games.
TIE Fighter versus X-Wing I would put in there on old DOS. That's what I would
that's a
put
good
on
one.
there.
Let's see what we got here. Sim City.
Oh, SimCity isn't on there? Fuck it.
No,
that
it's
should
not in Hall of Fame.
that should be in there in a heartbeat.
What about Roller Coaster Typhoon?
Roller Coaster Tycoon? I don't even remember that game.
You basically made theme parks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that game.
And
that game
Sim
was pretty
City
cool.
2000.
Yeah. Okay.
Hustle Adventure? Oh my god, it was on a tape.
Here we go. How about Mega Man?
Yeah.
Would you
that
put
was,
Mega Man in there?
Yeah, I like Mega Man. Mega Man's awesome.
That makes me happy that Myst is in that list because it justifies the fact that I think it's such a cool game.
Pokemon Go. That was innovative in its own right.
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say I would put Pokemon Go in there because of its cultural importance.
Yeah.
Getting up and walking around and
Well, and even
Things
like
like that
it's
are
even
weird.
like its hit on pop culture.
yeah.
Everyone did. Fucking Hillary Clinton did a thing about Pokemon Go. We got to get the kids to Pokemon Go to the polls. I mean, come on. How can you not include that?
So the original Zelda, which is already in there, Ocarina of Time or A Link to the Past.
Oh, fuck you. I don't want to choose that. Fuck you. I don't want to choose that. Probably Ocarina of Time because it basically took the 3D like movement and everything of Super Mario 64 and tightened it up.
Dark Souls. Eventually.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls, yeah.
Demon Souls.
Mm.
The Last of Us.
I was actually about to ask that, and I'm torn. I'm really torn about how that is, because...
Game won a bajillion different awards.
But that doesn't matter, though. I
No,
think
it
the
doesn't.
way that it told a story may be able to put it in there, but at the same time, when you look at it, I mean, it's not like, a household name.
No, it's not. I got two more. BioShock.
I can see Bioshock.
Bioshock was pretty good.
I can see.
That a game had a twist throughout all the games. I think that was that had platforms, had multiple games that told a story together. Where the other one, I think that was one of the first of its kind. I think, wasn't it?
No.
No.
No, not by a long shot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that was one of the... I don't know too many other games that had that style, had that thing going on there.
PlayStation 1 it was for, and then obviously then you had Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3.
Personally, I would choose Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro's good, yeah.
Was Spyro like that? I thought Spyro was an open world game.
Spyro was
No?
Spyro's a little bit more open world. It was more of like a collector thought. It was like a Banjo-Kazooie or a Super Mario 64.
Yeah,
Right. Well, Crash was front of it. Was like you ran
It was-
forward and you ran.
Yeah, it was almost a side
It was
scroller.
front to back. Crash. Crash will always be one of my favorite games. I think that eventually deserves something on there. Bloodborne.
Well, you'd have Demon Souls.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead
of Final Fantasy, well, obviously Final Fantasy VII's already in there, but any of the other Final Fantasies 1 through 6, or is that too much like Zelda?
It is a lot like Zelda.
So there's part of me that wants to say like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo, because that game was a Final Fantasy game, but not really. But it was kind of like my first RPG kind of thing. Baby's first RPG, where it kind of opened up the eyes to more people who probably wouldn't play RPGs to play it.
Yeah.
To get introduced into the genre. The dip your toes in, if you will.
I agree with that. Sorry, I know I said 2 more a while ago, but I keep finding another one. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I would definitely say Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
That was one of the innovative online games. StarCraft.
I'm surprised. I would say StarCraft over like something like Warcraft because of how huge it is over in like Korea. And we're talking about the world here.
Yeah.
So when StarCraft 2 came out, businesses, all of South Korea closed down.
That's true.
All of it?
Pretty much. Because people were too busy playing StarCraft 2. StarCraft...
That's a good game.
Yeah. StarCraft is, I do believe, the national sport there.
Oh, wow.
Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
Guitar
Either
Hero.
one.
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
I think that deserves it, because that was innovative in its own. That was first interactive. You felt like you're fucking playing guitar, like you're a god at guitar playing. Especially if you can play in an expert mode, man. Oh, jeez.
Well, if we want to get technical here, Konami did it first. Konami had a Guitar Hero. I'm just being an asshole at this point. I'm sorry.
No, it's true though. Guitar Hero was the one that actually took off, though.
Yeah, Guitar Hero was huge.
Rock Band was the first one with drums.
Yeah, Rock Band was the first like party one.
What's that one? Guitar Forge.
Oh, when you actually plug your actual guitar into the system.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That one I thought was kind of cool.
That was different. Yeah, I agree with that.
What was that one called? Shit.
I remember.
Yeah. It was made by Ubisoft. It was published by Ubisoft. Fuck.
Soul Calibur, kind of an upgrade of Street Fighter with the 3D graphics. Or Tekken.
I would pick Virtual Fighter because it was kind of like it was kind of the first 3D fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Mark says StarCraft. Didn't StarCraft start a lot of esports being recognized?
Yeah,
one of the first ones.
League of Legends. What about League of Legends?
League of Legends. Well, that one is its own. That's its own animal. That one there.
I think it should be in the
Hall of Fame.
It should be in there.
Yeah.
Any of the racing games?
Racing games?
Outrun.
Either like Burnout or any of the NASCAR.
I would say Outrun.
Yeah.
The Outrun or Need for Speed?
Need for Speed. I would say Need for Speed. Any of the ones that you could use the actual steering wheel and stuff. I actually had one of those.
I played an Outrun cabinet not too long ago, and it had like the full-size cabinet where you sat down and it was modeled like a Ferrari.
Nice.
Yeah,
I used to love those car games, and then Need for Speed is what actually launched Fast and the Furious. And then they decided to come out with their own movie 15 years after the first Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Need for Speed I think deserves to be in there because that was innovative in its own. One of the original car games, driving games.
What
That's
about
when
Gran
everyone was
Turismo?
souping up. I don't think that was as big as Need for Speed though.
Yeah, but it was like the first real racing game that lets you customize pretty much every bit. It was the first racing simulator.
But Need for Speed though launched that whole class of people actually souping out their cars, getting the spoilers, getting the subs, getting all of the woofers, the spinning rims.
But that wasn't in the original though.
I feel Need for Speed though kind of launched all that though, because that's I feel that's during that time is when everybody then they wanted to have their decked out car, their souped out car, their sub.
Well,
their Grand Am.
Well, okay. I would say for that would be more of like a Midnight Club thing.
Yeah, Midnight Club.
Because Midnight Club was more of like pimp my ride, trick this bad boy out. Well,
yeah.
Need for Speed was kind of like here's a racing game where you drove like not like supercars. You know, that's just me personally.
What was that?
Sorry, I'm talking to my wife. But yeah, and I remember those days, those racing games when everyone wanted their car decked out. Did you ever have a car like that, Schroeder? Or ever wanted a car like that?
Yeah.
James is too young.
No, there was a time where I wanted to have two like 15s in the back of my car and the lights on the bottom.
Dude, yeah. I remember the peak of that. People driving by, the brr, brr, fucking window shaking and shit. Obviously, it's still a thing today, but I remember, the people with their Grand Ams, they bought the spoilers, put on the backs of them, and
I thought spoilers were so cool on cars. There was a time.
It makes it go faster, didn't you know that?
Way faster.
Yeah, that downstream, that downforce.
Yeah, but those that's a good topic of discussion. I like that. That's
we spent a lot of time on that. That was great.
Last one, Portal.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Portal.
I never really played it too much, but I would say yeah.
Yeah, that game was innovative because that was for the Xbox. I'm pretty sure.
PC and then 360.
PC. Yeah. What got anything else, James?
Schroeder, do you have anything?
Not really too much.
Any news?
No, not really. Nothing new. What did I see? I thought I did see something. Let me see if I still have it up here. I was looking at it earlier. But you guys can keep going while I look.
All right. Here, let me pull up the releases real quick.
Yeah.
While he's looking. All right, let's see.
Releases.
All we know that Sekiro just came out, so that's cool. That's a game a lot of people are playing, or that's coming out. Did it come out? I think it came out. If it would fucking load. There we go.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I found it, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead before we get into this.
It's like a streamer's corner thing, so I don't know if you guys want to do your thing first, and then we'll get into it.
Okay, we can
It's
get
like a
it.
segment.
Okay,
yeah,
we can.
do the new releases first.
Okay, so on March 26th, the new episode of The Walking Dead, the final season, comes out.
Cool.
A
A lot of people like those games.
You do.
A lot of
Wait,
people,
what is it called?
a lot of people like the first one, the first season.
Oh, what are those kind of games called though?
Telltale games.
Yeah, those Telltale games. I watched somebody play one of the Batman ones. It was really entertaining.
Yeah, but no one plays it. No one likes them. Let's see here. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid comes out on March 26th.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's a role playing Power Rangers game.
So does
role playing Power Rangers game?
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be intense.
Let's see here. Danganronpa Trilogy comes out on the 26th as well. I'm gonna pick that up, even though I have 1 and 2. MLB The Show 19 comes out on the 26th as well. Path of Exiles comes out on PS4 on the 26th. Final Fantasy VII comes out on the Switch and Xbox One on, guess what, the 26th. DayZ comes out on the Xbox One on the 27th. And on the Xbox One. Does it twice? Okay, cool.
They're getting their own running simulator.
Yeah,
Good for them.
good for them. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered comes out on the PS4 and PC on the 29th.
Nice. Which Assassin's Creed was that?
3. The bad one.
Oh yeah,
The bad one.
the one where you're an Indian.
Oh, shit! Yoshi's Crafted World comes out on the 29th.
Nice.
I'm going to pick that up. Tropico 6 comes out on the 29th. And then nothing really else after that.
I might want to get that Assassin's Creed one. I actually like that. Well, I like all games.
What is this month
For the fact I haven't beat
3 days September, June,
Origins.
Okay.
which I'm pretty sure I just deleted it off my Xbox, my PS4 because I didn't have any space.
Bum Simulator, guys, comes out on the 30th.
Bum
Boom.
Simulator.
Bum Simulator.
I don't know what I've been doing playing all these other games. That's the one I need to be playing. What the hell's wrong with me?
Exactly. What is wrong with you?
Ay.
All right,
That out.
but that's
what my mom's been asking a long time.
but yeah, that's it. That's the shit that's coming out this week.
Cool.
I'm excited. I guess we got about 4 weeks almost to the day. Days gone. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that game's good. I really am.
I hear it's mediocre from early playthrough, early builds of it.
I really hope that it's good. World War Z also comes out next month.
The game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
watched that.
News,
I watched that the other day.
Side news: the merger of Disney and Fox is now complete.
The monopoly
Disney now owns all of Fox. They own Fox News. They own every aspect of Fox. Essentially, they did that for the sole purpose of getting the X-Men. That's the only reason why they did it. They spent $76 billion to essentially purchase the X-Men. But Fox wouldn't do it unless they physically bought every aspect of Fox.
Oh, so speaking,
like we don't want this shit no more.
Speaking of Disney, this kind of goes back to my week. There's Mickey Mouse shorts that they do on YouTube. They're fucking incredible. Everyone needs to go watch them. They're fantastic.
Disney
That's awesome.
shorts?
Yeah, like Mickey. Just look up. I think it's like Mickey Mouse on YouTube. Like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse has his own YouTube channel, and
Oh boy.
yeah, they do just animated shorts.
Sounds like it's gonna be offensive.
Animated shorts, but it's like officially licensed by Disney, and the animation's beautiful. And there were times during it where I laughed. I was heckling because of how much I was laughing. I was doing that weird that laugh.
There is a petition currently out to add Deadpool to the new Avengers movie because now Disney now owns Deadpool. So there is a petition to add Deadpool to the very end of the newest Avengers Endgame, basically where he comes in. It's an after credit scene. He comes in, hey guys, I made it. Oh, you guys already won. Sorry, that fucking merger took forever.
But no, though, they wouldn't do
and then he
that.
leaves.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
Oh no, they definitely wouldn't do that. But
because they've already shot the movie.
Well, because they still have about like 2 weeks to add anything else they want into it. The movie's already done.
Yeah.
But essentially what people are hoping for is that they film this really quick scene and they basically just clip it in to the very end of the credits. But obviously it's not going to happen.
No, and
people have been making Deadpool trailers with Deadpool's face dubbed over all the Avengers.
Those are probably pretty funny though.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I'm going to be in the minority here. I'm not a fan of Deadpool.
No,
not a fan.
I love Deadpool 1. Deadpool 2, not so much.
He works well in the comics because it can break the fourth wall a little bit better. But when you get into like the movies and like games and stuff, like it's it's more annoying breaking the fourth wall in those forms of entertainment.
But yeah, that's so that's going to be big. So essentially, yeah, Disney now, they're also gearing up to they want to develop games. They're actually taking over.
They brought back LucasArts.
They did. Yeah, they're bringing back LucasArts for Star Wars games.
Because Lord knows EA isn't doing anything with it.
So Disney took back over the rights of all of that, as well as they took over the making of the Marvel open world RPG game. It's just called Marvel or Avengers or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but essentially it's a huge MMO Marvel game that's going to be out in about a year or so. But yeah, so that's huge. Yeah, Disney now owns $71 billion is what they paid to get X-Men, The Simpsons, and the Fantastic Four. They didn't really care about The Simpsons. They more or less wanted X-Men. So this is everything Disney owns. ESPN, Disney Studio Makers, Disney, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they own the Muppets, they own ABC, the EA channel, ESPN, they own Hulu, Marvel Entertainment, Vice.
71% of Hulu.
Yeah. Disneyland Paris, Disney World, DreamWorks, Lucasfilms, Marvel, Pixar, Fox News, Fox Business, Fox Broadcasting, Fox Sports, Fox Television, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, and the Big Ten Network is everything Disney owns.
And the SEC Network.
Yes. That is absolutely astonishing.
It's what we like to call in the business illegal because it's a monopoly and someone should have stopped them. But you know what? Who cares? Disney's going to keep shoving out the same shit over and over again, and everyone's going to buy it because we are consumers. Just feed us more.
They own 14 TV channels: ABC, ESPN, History, A&E, FX, Lifetime, Disney, Disney Junior, National Geographic, FXX, ESPN2, the Wildlife Channel, and FX Movies, as well as Fox News.
I wanna start a petition where at the end of Infinity War, I want to just see a post-credit scene of not Deadpool, but Homer Simpson going, "Marge, they destroyed the Infinity Gauntlet."
That'd be hilarious. Currently, Disney makes $95.79 billion a year, and that's expected to go up another $30 billion with the addition of Fox.
Well, yeah, but you also got to think that's going to cost them more money, too.
Yeah.
Right, but it's still going to be a net profit gain for show.
That's insane. Yeah, the only thing they don't own is Warner Brothers and Universal.
And Sony.
And Sony, yeah.
They don't own Spider-Man, bitches.
That's true. They own part of Spider-Man.
They own the character Spider-Man. Partially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney still has the rights, but he's allowed to be featured in the Marvel movies. That's why Disney can use them. Disney and Universal do have some kind of pact, though, because in Universal Studios, there's actually a Marvel town inside Universal Studios. Because when me and Nicole went there on our honeymoon, I took a picture of Spider-Man.
I
Which
hope
is kind of cool.
When the inevitable happens, where Disney just decides to buy Universal, because it's going to happen and no one's going to fucking stop them because, god damn it, corporate America's great. I hope that they don't fuck with Universal Japan. Because they do the coolest Halloween stuff, man. One year they did a whole Silent Hill themed attraction at Universal Studios Japan.
Nice.
They did a whole Resident Evil one where you actually had to fight zombies and you had like fake guns and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
But I know that when Disney decides to buy them, all that shit's gonna go away. Disney doesn't like to have fun.
I don't think they would ever be able to buy would be Brothers.
Warner Brothers?
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense. Yeah. Why would one company then want to own literally the two competing superheroes, DC and then Marvel? And then, unless they want to, but
well, that's just all the money for them.
Yeah, and then they can then do like a game like DC versus Marvel or something.
Or they could do the comics, the crossover comics.
Is there crossover comics?
Oh, there's a ton of crossover comics. Who is it? Fuck, I forget who it is, but there's someone that's both a part of the Justice League and the Avengers, if I'm not mistaken. Canonically.
I know there's.
I think it's Black Widow.
I know there's a bunch of characters that are really similar.
Well, yeah.
Like a ton of characters that are super similar.
I mean, hell, on DC you have someone named Marvel.
Yeah.
And in Marvel you have someone named Marvel. And Captain Marvel. God, comics are stupid.
Dark, whatever the one dude is. I can't remember his name on DC. It's like their version of Thanos. I don't remember his name. But
I'm not no fucking nerd. I don't read comics.
They have, there's a lot of similarities. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's also really big in the news. That happened on Monday.
Yeah.
Last Monday, the two finally completed the merger after it being announced like a year and a half ago.
They finally completed the hostile takeover. The mouse kicked down the door, was like, I own you, bitch!
Brazil was actually the country that was giving them issues of completing it because something in Brazil, they weren't signing off on it because it had to go through like United Nations, things along those lines, because they're two globally traded companies, so they had to get approval from like every country.
Yeah.
But Brazil wasn't like signing off on it for some reason. They finally did.
Well, yeah, probably because there's bullshit like anti-compete, or not anti-compete clauses, but where you can't just own everything and have no competition for anyone else.
That's Monopoly.
Exactly. Fuck it, Disney's owning Monopoly.
So Brazil was the reason why it took so long.
Teddy Roosevelt wouldn't have had any of this shit.
If they were able to get it done in time, the X-Men would have most likely made a cameo in this movie.
Well, I know the U.S. Supreme Court was giving them a hard time, rightfully so, for, guess what?
They're like, fine, whatever, just do it.
Fine, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Disney's gonna own the world. Disney's not gonna give us a good Marvel vs. Capcom game again. Just life sucks. Gonna have another fucking superhero movie every 2 days.
Pretty much.
It does make you wonder where they're going next.
3 weeks. 3 weeks is Avengers Endgame. So
we got Avengers
comes out.
We got Avengers Endgame.
What?
We have Avengers.
The live action Dumbo comes out this week.
I watched that just for Danny DeVito, and that's it.
Yeah.
None of the other people deserve any of my time. We have.
What are you saying, James? We got the Avengers Endgame,
and then we have Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man. We have the Dark Phoenix, which is the next X-Men movie.
No one cares.
But Disney owns that, though.
Yeah, no one cares.
Remember that. Then you have a bunch of live-action ones: Aladdin, Lion King.
Yeah, no one cares.
Aladdin, though, does look good. I will say that Will Smith as a genie looks way better than I anticipated.
I have to watch some previews on that because he looks terrifying, to be honest with you.
But he's not black. He's not blue the whole time. At some points, he's actually.
Because there's points where he has to look like a normal bro.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is turning in his grave right now.
Well, no, it makes sense though because the genie in the other movie the whole time and question why you walk around with a blue dude. No one, no,
Fresh Prince of Baghdad.
yeah. No one questioned that, so it makes sense. Then you got a bunch of other random movies. And then you have Star Wars Episode 9, the end of that
Oh
franchise.
God,
the
I
end of the
forgot
year.
that was coming out.
There's slated 2 Marvel movies next year, 3 the year after. Black Panther, Black Widow, Doctor Strange. You have all the movies that don't have 3s currently are all going to have 3s. So you have Doctor Strange, you have Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, and then whatever they do with the X-Men.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
So-
I gotta grab a drink.
No, you're good. You look
That's
so
what they always say.
you look so enthused,
I know, right?
so excited for all these Marvel movies.
Like I said before, once Spider-Man: Homecoming comes out, I'm fucking done. I can't.
There's gonna be a third one though. There
I
has to be a third
don't
one.
care. I don't care. I don't care about your shitty Marvel movies anymore. I go to a movie to feel entertained, not to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen every step of the way. Fuck it.
Gambit comes out at the end of this year.
Oh shit, they're making a Gambit movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that immediately piqued my interest. I fucking love Gambit.
March 13, 2020.
Nothing will ever beat, in my opinion. So there's 2 movies, 2 superhero movies that, in my eyes, are impossible to pass. And that is Logan, and then Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi one. Nothing will ever come close
The
to
Dark
the
Knight.
pure. No, not even The Dark Knight. If I wanted a gritty superhero movie, I'd watch Logan. The character arcs are much better.
Yeah, Logan was phenomenal. I love the original Spider-Man. I actually like number 3. I know people hated it, but I like.
3 was too convoluted. There's too much going on. Too many villains.
And there was, and that's what killed the second set of Spider-Man movies too.
Whoa.
They had 4 villains.
A little bit more than that, but you know.
Oh yeah, you would think that they would have learned, but
Give me Venom 2. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Give me Venom 2, and I'm gonna be a happy boy. If it's as
But
good, if it's as fun as Venom 1,
Spider-Man 2 is phenomenal. And then I will say Logan was great. Dark Knight, to me, the original, not Dark Knight Rise, but the Dark Knight was also one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Would be the Dark Knight, because that was different. But yeah, you have in development. You have Black Widow. You have the Internals, which I don't know what those are. What that is. Black Panther 2.
What?
Shang-Chi.
Wakanda forever. 2.
Shang-Chi, which I'm not sure who Shang-Chi is. Captain Marvel 2, Doctor Strange 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So here are the movie dates that are slated for release for Marvel. May 1st, 2020, Marvel. July 30th, 2020. November 6th, 2020. May 7th, 2021, July 31st, 2021, November 5th, 2021, 22. There's also 3 Marvel movies going to be released in 2022. And Gambit is going to be released 2020, and Channing Tatum is signed as Gambit.
Oh, no, I changed my mind. No.
And then I don't know if this is. I'm pretty sure this is the last of the X-Men movies, the Dark Phoenix, because Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to do.
Well, I mean, they already lost huge Jack man.
Well, he said he doesn't want to do them in general.
Well, yeah, no.
He said he would do. I lied. He said he would come back when Disney owned the X-Men to potentially do a crossover with the Avengers or Deadpool. But only when Disney owned them.
Yeah.
And they do now. So he may come back.
That was the whole reason the merger took place.
They just wanted Hugh Jackman in the Avengers.
That's it. He's sitting at
can he
home
come
like,
back?
yeah.
Does that ruin Logan though?
No,
Well, I know they want Dude to play that role, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being Pauly Shore. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Pauly
Oh,
Shore
Pauly.
as
Yeah.
Gambit. It's the
fucking
Whistle, bro. It's the Whistle.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
I'd
It'd be
watch
fucking
that.
Hilarious, though,
I'd
but-
watch that any day of the week.
Oh yeah. 2021, July 9th. In
Hmm?
What?
which I don't understand how they're making that, but oh well.
Very good.
Make him what?
Indiana Jones 5, 2021.
Okay. He goes over to
live-
Baghdad. The primary villains are
He breaks a fucking
Microsoft
hip.
fake Microsoft call centers.
Indiana
Live
Jones.
action
Damn this
Sword in the
camera.
Stone.
Always
Indiana
zooming
Jones
out,
5: The
focusing.
Escape from the Old Person's Home.
There you go. Let's see what we got here.
Camera, stop it. Camera's being a butthole right now.
It is being a butthole.
I tell it every day to not to autofocus, but it's like, nah, you ain't my
Nah,
fucking
fam.
boss.
You ain't my dad, Dad.
Bro.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Indiana Jones 5, and then there was another. The fuck was it? Hang on. Sister Act 3. that's in talks.
What?
Yo, I was at work the other day and I couldn't get that fucking song out of my head. Hey, Lunk says that the Fox Corps still exists, independent from Disney. It's primarily a news and sports company now, though it does
Huh.
still own the Fox TV network.
Yeah.
Probably referring to Disney
Yeah.
from a
It-
news article about a few days ago.
yeah,
Huh.
they're leaving the Fox name, but Disney owns 100% of all that. They own 100% of all of Fox. They're just leaving the names, and they're basically
They're not
like I said,
dealing with
all
that.
they wanted was the X-Men. All they wanted was the X-Men, but Fox was like, "Fuck you! You want X-Men? You have to take everything." It's,
You have to fight us for it.
so essentially,
No, other way around.
they bought everything, but it's leaving the news side alone because they couldn't give two shits about the news. They just want the fucking superheroes. They were like,
Yeah, you want the X-Men? You're gonna have to buy all of us. Yeah. You're not gonna do that, are you? Oh no.
David, they cut a check, man.
Son of a bitch. Oh, God, I guess we have to do it now. I didn't think they would pay us.
Fuck.
That is hilarious, though, that they literally, $71 billion.
It's a lot of billion of dollars.
That's a lot of money.
Hey, if you have the money, why not? What else
Some
is-
executives made a fucking bank.
Oh, yeah. You know those high-ups are getting paid. I'm pretty sure they're all still working at the company, though. I don't think they've got... I don't think any of them got fired or anything. I just think they just... I don't even know who would get that money. Like, who would receive that $71 billion?
Shareholders,
Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
probably execs.
Yeah, I would assume so. Like the CEO and stuff.
Oh yeah, he probably got a nice payday.
Most
Yeah,
of
but I know the majority of them are still working there because Disney doesn't. Like I said, Disney doesn't give two shits about the news side of it, but they're not closing all of that. They're just kind of letting it do its thing.
Yeah, well, but what could happen though is that they kind of like, hey, see you later, buddy, Mr. CEO exec. Let us
Yeah.
bring in our own guy.
Yeah, that's true.
His name is Paul.
His name is Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Josephson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Well-
is the last X-Men movie, like the Dark Phoenix. I was looking it up just to make sure. Yeah, because then they're gonna move in a new direction. Because Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to be Mystique anymore.
See, now they should have done Civil War.
Yeah.
Because
the
now
X-Men
would
were
have
a
made
huge part of
sense.
Civil War.
They were in mutants caused the Civil War.
Yep. Well,
Um,
technically, they had two mutants. They just weren't allowed to call them mutants at the time. They were physically advanced humans.
Right. It wasn't very politically correct.
Because
Politically
they
correct.
had Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, they did. That's right. I forgot about that movie.
And remember in Avengers: Age of Ultron, they had Quicksilver, but they didn't call him Quicksilver.
I didn't see Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah, so they had two mutants, but they weren't allowed to call them. Fox owned the name mutants. They had the copyright for the name mutants, so they were physically advanced humans.
Okay.
It was basically Disney's version of telling Fox to go fuck themselves. We're going to use mutants, just not call them mutants.
We're gonna make a character called that's gonna rival Deadpool. We're gonna call him Live Lake.
Because
Lando
Quicksilver, or whatever his name was, he
Lando
was
Lake.
he was in Days of Futures Past as well as X-Men Apocalypse. But Disney was like, no, bro, we're gonna make our own version of the same exact character. We're just not gonna use the name, but you're gonna know it's. And I think that's at that point Fox was like, fuck, they're gonna use our characters anyway. Just might as well sell the goddamn company to them.
Might as well make a paycheck while we're at it.
Bill and Ted 3.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. Yeah.
2020. Bill and Ted Hear the Music.
Well, that'll be pretty neato.
Face the music.
Yeah, I'm down.
Face the music?
Yeah, something like that.
Everyone dies.
Huh.
Bill and Ted. Yeah, Face the Music. Bill and Ted 3.
Bill and Ted 3. Everyone's dead.
August 1st, 2020.
I'll see that. I like
That'll
Bill
be
and Ted.
big. That's a cult classic for sure.
Right. Yeah, that'll be great.
That'll be big.
Station.
You have
Colonel Mustard did it in the study with a candlestick.
2020 is the next Batman that will not star Ben Affleck.
Well, no, because he knew when to get the fuck out of a contract.
Yeah.
I think I've been Batman long enough.
He's like,
they
I've been
are,
Batman for a movie and a half. I'm done.
They're rebranding Batman again, going in a different direction. It is unknown exactly what it will be, but at 2020, they're hoping for by the end of the year, because the new Joker movie releases this year.
Oh boy, that means we're gonna get new Harley Quinn merch at our local Hot Topic and or Spencer's
with Joaquin Phoenix. I think they're keeping the two characters separate because it's a different Joker than what was in Suicide Squad. So I don't know if they're going to introduce Harley Quinn or if they're going to leave it as is.
Did you hear about the reboot of Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
No.
They're
Yeah, they're
rebooting
redoing
Suicide Squad.
They're essentially redoing the DC universe. The only
But they're
characters
not
they're
making it
leaving
a
is
universe.
Aquaman. Yeah, the only characters they're leaving is Aquaman and Wonder Woman because those were the only two successful characters in this new universe.
But they're not making like a MCU or a DCU. They're making like just standalone
Individual
films.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not making another Justice League, essentially.
Smart.
They're leaving the characters separate and their own different movies, but they're still going to make other movies.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, no, like the only good thing to come out of the new Suicide Squad is that Idris Elba is going to be Deadshot
Yeah.
instead of
They
Will
were gonna
Smith.
make they were gonna make Will Smith and they changed that. Harley Quinn, I would think that they would leave Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn because her so iconic. That was the #1 selling Halloween costume of that year for girls.
Go fucking figure. There's a lot of edgy teenagers out there that want to be sluts.
That was the #1 selling Halloween costume.
I see.
They're redoing Charlie's Angels. That comes out the end of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why?
The Hedgehog. I don't know.
I'm going to see some.
Terminator. The new Terminator comes out next year.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were making a new Terminator.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is in the movie though. That has been confirmed that he is reprising the role as a Terminator.
He's like 80, right?
God, I know, man. Like, he did it in the other one, and it was just like a cameo, and it wasn't even him. It was a fucking
CGI version.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Fuck that.
sequel to Kindergarten
He was
Cop?
shit muscle. To what?
Kindergarten Cop? Can we get a sequel to that?
I know.
know,
I know. What
Yo,
was
I'd watch that.
Yeah, what was the Christmas one with Sinbad in it?
Oh,
Like Jingle All the Way or something?
yeah, Jingle All the Way.
Put that
amazing.
cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
That was an amazing movie.
It really was, dude. I think that would be the perfect intro to like some sort of,
Oh, yeah.
EDM track. Put
What was
down.
what was the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito? Twins?
Oh yeah, yep.
Can we
Oh
get
Oh
that
my
again?
God, those are amazing.
Can we get an older version of Twins?
Right.
Oh,
That'd be funny
those
as
movies
shit.
are fucking hilarious. All of Hulk Hogan's older movies.
Oh my god.
No, those are
The one
just
where he's an
bad.
alien.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
I fucking love that movie. Hold on.
I think our podcast is deteriorating.
It's gone to shit and I love it.
It is. Where's it at? Suburban Commando.
Oh yeah,
Suburban
fuck me,
Commando.
Suburban Commando.
Mr. Nanny,
Oh man.
where he was the babysitter, Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was amazing too. Oh my God, I fucking remember those two movies. Those are great.
Are they though?
And next year you got Wonder Woman, the Green Lantern.
No, I thought
The
they
new
canceled.
Top Gun movie comes
I,
out.
I thought they canceled the Green Lantern
Cool.
movie.
Yeah, they did. You're right. Top Gun Maverick that comes out next year.
Mhm.
The reboot of the Ghostbusters.
The
Um,
reboot.
The reboot of the Ghostbusters.
The new Ghostbusters.
Oh my god,
Monster
can we
Hunter,
get a new
September 4th, 2020. Featured film based on the video game by Capcom.
So bad.
When Lieutenant Amorous, whatever, and her loyal soldiers are transported to a world, they engage in a desperate battle for survival against an enormous enemy with incredible powers.
I am legit fucking shaking because of how angry I am at that movie.
Coming to America too.
I don't. Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, no, it's gonna.
Coming
Yeah.
to
Oh, that's
America,
hype.
too.
Yes.
That's hype. I will
Yeah.
watch that shit. I'll be there day one.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious. Ghostbusters, a new one. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be
Can we get another like animated version of the new Ghostbusters? Because that was great. That was a great show.
Avatar 2 comes out. Fast and Furious 10 comes out in 2021. Space Jam 2 2021 with LeBron James. That's
LeBron
been confirmed.
James. LeBron James.
Sorry, The Batman comes out June 25th.
Oh, way to be
2021.
fucking edgy.
Yeah, The Batman 2021. Mission Impossible 7 2021. The reboot Suicide Squad 2021. Avatar 3 2021. And then Avatar fucking 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, and 5 come out every year for the next
Eternity.
They're gonna run with it.
yeah.
They're gonna run with it.
So
I would love to see a Batman movie that was like the Batman. What was the one that took place in like the 1800s
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it is though.
or the 1700s? Can't remember what it was. Yeah, that was good. That would be sweet.
Supposedly they are going to try to make another Friday the 13th movie. Which I don't know that they haven't worked. They have like none of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the new Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Which Halloween reboot? The first one, the second one, or the third reboot?
All of them. None of them worked.
No, they don't work.
Yeah, there's some interesting movies on completely unrelated to our topic of
Very unrelated.
to our
How the
topic
fuck
of
did we get here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
A good conversation though. We're engaging, so that's all.
How
matters.
did we get
True.
here?
True.
I don't know. We go from point A and we end up in point Z.
No, no, we start at point A, we get to point 2.
It's very true. Bad Boys 3 comes out.
It's gonna be a weird year. So there's like, it doesn't feel like there's anything original coming out.
No,
No.
no, there's
No,
original
it's all-
stuff coming out. It's just
a lot of remakes.
not popular.
The new Godzilla comes out this year, and
yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong comes out next year. That's a whole separate universe. That's a universe in itself. The King Kong and Godzilla universe. Whatever universe that's considered to be, like they're considered, like they have that in their own little niche, which is kind of cool.
Well, here's the thing about King Kong versus Godzilla is Toho and what is it, Universal that owns that? Well, that sort of owns the rights to King Kong.
The Monsterverse is what it's called.
Both of them have too big of egos to let the other one win.
Yeah. Yeah, the Monsterverse is what they're calling it. The Godzilla reboot from 2014, Kong Skull Island from 2017, Godzilla from this year, and Godzilla vs. Kong next year are all in. It's called the Monsterverse. So they have their own little universe.
Yeah, but when are we getting?
Oh, that's where. Oh, go ahead.
When are we getting Godzilla versus King Kong versus Pacific Rim? They want to do it.
Dude, the Monsterverse is full encompassing. All of those, Freddy Krueger, Jason.
Yeah.
All of the Monsterverse is where all of that stuff is real.
You know that Universal wanted to make the Dark Universe that had all the classic monsters. Mummy, Dracula. Well, yeah, Dracula.
But it failed
Frankenstein's
because of
monster.
Tom Cruise, the Mummy. So they literally started it with that and took it away with Tom Cruise.
Well, yeah, they do. Smart. That's fucking thinking with your noodle.
Yeah, they were literally going to start it like that dark universe. And they're like, okay, the first movie's going to be Tom Cruise as the Mummy, and they're like, nope, never mind.
Way to put your best foot forward. That's like putting Iron Man 3 at the beginning.
Yep, they were like, oh, I guess that's not working out in our favor, so cancel that.
That's like if Marvel started with the Iron Man 3 story to start off the MCU. None of this shit would have happened.
Oh, no. Yeah, so that's interesting stuff coming out this year, from games to movies, too. It's a lot of remakes and a lot of reboots, a lot of sequels to older movies.
Yep.
People want to see them, so we'll see if it works.
Sure.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Don't ask questions, just consume.
Just sit back and enjoy the ride while it lasts. Like cloud-based gaming. So what do you have, Schroeder?
Fad. It's just gonna be a fad.
So what was the stuff you had to talk about?
Oh, it was just some of like the streamers corner stuff. I came across a let me find it. I came across a bro in my little journey in podcasting land, listening to people, and there's a dude by the name of Patrick Hanlon. Let's see, from Thinktopia, has a book called Primal Branding, and it's this whole concept of branding your channel and how to grow kind of you, I guess. Like if you think of it like, yeah, basically just growing your, optimizing your channel and your brand in such a manner that it affects sort of the idea of touch, taste, smell, things like that in a stronger way. So it was super interesting listening to it. If you Google Primal Branding or YouTube it, you'll find a bunch of content on it. But like, there's this thing called the 7 Primal Codes, and a few examples are going to be like story. Your brand needs to have a story or a background. It tells where your brand originated from and gives viewers or consumers something to actually connect with and something they can believe and trust themselves. So when I was listening to the dude talk about that in the podcast, he's talking about like your about section and stuff.
Yeah.
The thing that no one reads.
Well, I don't know if no one really reads it. I read them usually when I go to. If I find a channel that I like, I'll scroll down and see what the thing is. But the idea of this is these are what national brands do to really like create that lasting community that a lot of us talk about wanting to do. And if we talk about, or if we play into a little bit last week, like if you really look at this whole concept, kind of, I mean, you have to look at it like a job if you really want to give it the 110% that we talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we wanted this to be a job type idea someday. So, what buttons can be pushed to optimize the potential for that and stuff?
Yeah.
So, the primal branding thing, I kind of recommend looking into it because, let me see if I can throw something else up there. All right, so that was the first one, is a story, like where do you come from? Because again, you're trying to connect with your audience. So, if somebody comes in and if they stay long enough and they actually look at that about section, the chances of them hanging out again are going to be higher. And then the next one would be like your creed. This tells what you believe in and how, how you might be different or similar, or how you might be different or similar to other belief systems out there. So, let's dissect that, I guess. It says what you believe. Your creed is what you believe in and how you might be different or similar to other belief systems out there. So, what would be an example of a creed? Is that like your mission statement?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's what you it's what you're going after. It's what you're focused on. Like what do you believe in? Like what is your reasoning for doing this? I'm doing it for the people to make a better environment for gamers or whatever it is. Yeah. Like a mission statement.
I'm doing this so gamers become less oppressed.
Like it.
Right. So I mean, and then so as we talk about these things, something to think about is, what do we have on our Twitch channels? If I scroll down to either of your Twitch channels, what am I going to find underneath?
Nothing.
You
might find a link to my YouTube channel.
Gotcha. And the question is it worth the time to put in to build that out? And if you do, what are you adding to it to there? And then can any of us even, if I were to ask, and I'm not asking, but I'm just saying, if I were to ask anybody, what is your brand creed? I don't have a specific one, I guess. I have an idea, but I don't have anything hashed out in words.
Yeah.
And then you have your icons, the quick associations or flashes of meaning that are associated with your brand. They can be visual or particular smell, sound, things like that, the taste of McDonald's French fries, the sight of Coca-Cola label, or Mickey Mouse ears. So what is your icon? And that, I think, is the thing that most streamers put most of their energy into, I guess. I'm going to switch my brand, so they just kind of change up the icon. And that's not a brand. That's not switching your brand. That's not switching your mission statement or the audience you're trying to grab. So what are the I think a lot of us put a lot of energy into our icons. I think. Let me see.
So I'm on Ninja's page, and I'm looking at the bottom of his, and his is pretty. He's got donate helps Ninja in his channel, but are not required. The rules, basically what he has: be positive, be respectful, don't sell, promote, don't ask to play with Ninja. There's the rules. Follow me, and he has instant links to Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. He has his promos down here. If you use the Eats Ninja, you get free delivery from Uber Eats. Subscribe to Ninja because he has a thing with Uber Eats. You have a giant subscribe button, his schedule, his YouTube. Want a computer like Ninja? Click here to custom build. He has his chair that he uses, Ninja Whoop, which is his CD that he made. Ninja merch. He made a CD of so he plays in the background, kind of like what you listen to, Schroeder.
Gamer hype mixtape.
Pretzel, what it has the non-word music. It's just kind of like beats.
Yeah.
He made a CD of beats.
Essentially, I was really hoping that he made some sort of just rap album or something. No, just full of diss tracks.
He's got a link to his merch, and then he had leaderboard gifted subscribers. So that's on his, like, and then he has join the Discord.
God,
Prime
that Discord must be crazy.
It's probably ridiculous. And then go to Tim the Tap Man. Let's go to his bottom here. About me, subscribe, donate, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The Lord, he's got a thing that's like the best of the community, lords, demigods, empires, empress, kings, and queens. So he's got a list of everyone's names ranked on how long they've been subscribed to him. When do I go live? Chat rules. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Here are my computer specs. Click these links to purchase the product, because then you can get revenue for that.
You get kickback from Amazon or wherever you get it.
Best Buy even has a thing. If you go to the bottom, it's a program. Best Buy. It's a Best Buy partner program where you put the product and it links to BestBuy.com and you get kickback for it.
Oh, nice.
Affiliate marketing, baby.
Gotta love it.
Right, you can do well here. So it's like, all right, so I'm watching a stream here, and then I scroll down and I start reading about what this dude's about and his layout and all that stuff. So with his branding, even, I don't know. I find this part of the concept of what we do pretty interesting. Is what I don't know what elements of the experience create links in the neural net, I guess you could say, that encourage people to come back and check it out again.
Like things that are interactive and stuff that people can see.
You need to have on there. You need to have basically show that, hey, here's a Discord. Oh, hey, I'm going to be a part of a community with the Discord.
You want to interact with me here? This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but it's something I recommend looking into is this Primal Codes thing, because there's more to it as well. Like, there's actually 7 of them in total. There's the story, the creed, icons, rituals, which I don't think I have to really go into.
Do I have to sacrifice a goat on stream or something? Because I'll do it.
No, an example of that would be kind of like the Oxhorn. How he typically smokes a stogie and drinks his. I don't know what he drinks. I don't know if he drinks rum or vodka or what, but he drinks something, and that's his ritual. Language, which in my realm, the Splash Screen Gaming, that would be like gutter oil and butt stuff and the cuck monster. Anti-believers, things are pretty much against.
Yeah.
But these are all different. I mean, if you think about it, each of these elements, if there's a channel you really like and there's one you watch on a regular basis, you can kind of identify with each of these things, or at least an idea of what it is. And then if we ask ourselves, how much of this do we know about our own channel? Again, this is in my opinion, this is if you're trying to look at it as, not only a community, but as a potential business someday.
So a couple of these guys, I'm looking at this one guy, his name's Summit. He's got 70,000 people watching him right now, 60,000. And he's got links to all of the different things that he uses, the keyboards. He's got an about me, like facts and questions, like how old are you, where are you from, why do you stream, what do you use to stream, what do you recommend, things along those lines, so people can okay, this is what this guy uses. It's kind of cool. And then Monster Energy, so I'm guessing he's a sponsor by that. Corsair, Cyber Power, so little things I guess that make it interactive. Donate with PayPal.
Yeah,
he's got a link through that, so you can donate directly from PayPal. Once again, the link directly to his Discord.
Yes,
that's kind of cool.
So these are things to think about. I would suggest, gentlemen, over the next until we meet up again, as far as the show goes, what can you do to improve your channel's?
Yeah,
I don't know what you would even call that, face
branding.
You could say. Branding, yeah,
because that's exactly what this is. It's a brand. You're selling yourself as a brand.
And an example of a question. Here's a question for you guys. This podcast we're doing, should we have its own we already have it has having its own Discord, which I think is incredibly appropriate. But should it like I guess everything's shareable except its own Twitch channel. But what would be the point of having its own Twitch channel?
Yeah.
You know.
And I get where you're going with that, but it's just at the same time it's so
it cut out what?
It would be I would say do the Twitch channel if we were doing it multiple times.
Yeah,
a week.
multiple times a week.
Because that way, like if you have our own Twitch channel, if we're doing it maybe 3-4 every other day or something like that, then people want to come directly to this.
Yeah.
But when we're doing it once a week, the people that are following us are already there, and we have. It'd be different if we were just promoting ourselves and didn't have the name Level Unlock Podcast as our titles.
Yeah.
But we do, so I think that kind of makes up for us going to our individual streams, and plus we all promote each other's streams anyways. We all call each other out.
Right.
So I think that's it's not that we're trying to get people to our own personal stream. It's that we want people just to come and hang out and listen regardless of which one they're on.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this right here is only the prequel to what actually matters. What actually matters is the audio version that gets uploaded and then gets sourced out to all of the individual sources. Like that's the end goal. That's the ultimate piece.
Yeah,
this
is
piece
just
is just like an extra additive.
Yeah, this
Like,
is just,
Gotcha.
this is the appetizer, if you will.
Yeah, this is people who want the live interaction. Not everyone can do that. Some people want to come in and play it during work or on their way to work or driving or do whatever they want. That's the end goal is the audio only version, not the live version.
No, this is kind of like just a side thing.
Our podcasts are so long.
They are. I just realized it's been almost like 3 hours. That's been one of our longest ones. It's been interactive though. We haven't had any downtime. We've been chit-chatting the whole time. I think it's a really good one.
Yeah,
I think we've had a lot of content today compared to other ones where sometimes I feel like it kind of flowed. We ended up talking about fucking movies coming out in 2022.
You got me
And
just
movies that
fucking
came
dying
out in
inside.
1978.
Yeah, we fucking.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
how
it's
often do we get a chance to talk about the original Coming to America?
Exactly.
I mean, really.
Right.
No, I think it's been a good segue, but no, I agree with saying, so what can we do to help promote ourselves to
And the idea of the Level Unlocked.
Yeah.
You know?
So when it's all said and done, like you're right, like we want to do this eventually, hopefully one day as a job. That's the end goal of this, to be honest.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of apps and little programs and free things out there. I mean, right now, the only thing that I haven't found that's 100% free, which I know exists, I've used it in the past, but like, is something as a photo editor. But I know there's Pixlr,
GIMP.
there's GIMP, there's a couple other ones. So, and then we talked about it a couple weeks ago, and it was just I was in the process of testing the stuff out. So now, like next week, I'm pretty confident I can talk about my experience with using the free tools. And even though the Photoshop editor I'm using isn't free, it's pretty cheap. It's a one-time payment of like $50, and which isn't too unreasonable in some cases, I guess. Because it's all of the branding I've made over the last couple of weeks, I've been using it, and then I edited the entire first episode of that arc thing I wanted to do, which I don't know if I'm actually going to release because it's it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do it after the podcast next week. We'll end the stream and then I'll come back on and we'll air the half-hour long episode.
There you go.
Of this thing that I put together, my first arc machinima.
There you go.
Phenomenal.
So stupid.
Hey man, you just throw it on out there.
Yeah.
Just
throw it. If you guys want to watch it after the show, let me know.
I mean, I'm kind of interested. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right.
You could send me post it as a private on YouTube and just send it to me. Send me the link. I would love to watch it.
But
oh wait, there's no way I'd be able to, unless I did do it that way. Never mind. I was gonna say I would have to stream it because I haven't even exported it yet. It's still sitting in the editor like done, but I haven't exported it.
Yeah, you can do a privately on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll come up with something for it. But what the hell were we talking about?
No, just increasing our brand and how we
Yeah.
how we move towards the future.
Yeah. Like, you guys know what I want to do. I want to do like
Yeah.
storytelling and stuff, but
Yeah.
it seems like nobody else wants to. So, like, I don't know if that's ever actually going to be a thing. I've been trying to do that for a couple years now, and the problem is, in order to do that, you have to get buy-in from other people that are going to
Yeah.
assist. And so often, people are like, "I'll be there," and nobody's ever there. So,
Yeah, that's the thing.
that's why the ARC thing, this episode that I have made, is so stupid, because it's nothing but NPCs that I spawned into the world, and they're all mute. Except
Yeah,
for the
it'll
one
still
that
be funny though.
Except for the one that shits. Yeah.
No, that is absolutely amazing. But on that note, I have nothing else of relative importance. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
you guys
either.
have anything?
No.
Yep. Not really.
Well, I appreciate everyone coming, hanging out with us.
Where can everyone find us one more time?
100%. I am appreciate everyone coming out. Once again, I am Jeremy, Captain _Geach 15, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also, for those who don't know, make sure you utilize our Level Unlock podcast at gmail.com. That way you can ask us questions, topics you want to have us discuss, anything along those lines. Feel free to shoot us an email, and we will have it presented in our next podcast or a future podcast based on when you email us or the research we have to get done.
Or
James?
the Discord server, right?
Yeah, or Discord
Yeah, or
too.
the Discord server.
Yeah.
Level Unlock podcast in the
You start
Discord.
promoting that.
Yes, we do. James?
YouTube.com/People8Studios, Twitch.tv/People8Studios, at People810 on Twitter.
I love it, nice and fast.
You put
And
me
Mr.
on the
Jeff.
spot there.
Splash Screen Gaming and all the other stuff that these guys said.
I think that was even faster.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming out. Level Unlock Podcast, Episode 8. As always, tomorrow, the audio-only version will be available at levelunlockpodcast.podbean.com and anywhere podcasts are available. The Level Unlock Podcast, the greatest place on the internet for pure randomness, video game news, and pure awesomeness. Thank you guys very much. Much appreciated. Great episode. We'll see you later.
Bye.